Welcome, everyone. We're back for another GG Millions, episode number 49 of season 2024. Very special guest today who was at the final table last week, took fourth for 194K. Some other big accolades. We're not going to build them up too much, but my man right here, Casino Daddy, also known as Matias Joelsson, is in the house. How are you, Matias?
Great to be here, Jeff. Thanks for having me. It's amazing.
Listen, it's a pleasure to have you. I know some may know you. I think we'll see a lot of your audiences here. You guys stream. I've known you for numerous years. You've also been on the podcast. I think you were way back, like 4 years ago. I think you were episode 53. So we go way back. I've known you, and I also knew you are a very competent poker player as well. So excited to hear your insight. We're going to get to know you better, and we will have a great show with a very stacked final table. I mean, I say this a lot, but literally, I mean, just insane. You know, probably a lot of these guys. You played with some on GG. You know them from Triton. You know them from the highest stakes in the world. They've been some previous guests on the show as well. And we're playing for a big prize pool today. So we're going to be talking about those players here very shortly. And again, a lot to play for. Pretty much the same prize pool as you had last week where you took fourth. I think you were second coming to the final table. You took fourth for 190. So very similar, almost the same payout structure as last week. So we'll talk about ICM and sort of what's going on. We've already lost ninth place. Everyone guaranteed 71,000 here, so very healthy payouts as always on the GG Millions final table. 8 of 193 remain. I think this is our most stacked final table ever. I'll go out and say it. I just think it is. Chris Brewer, one of the best players in the game, very well respected. He is in the lead, but you can see a lot of chips there towards the top, pretty tight. People with plenty of play, not really anyone short. Panikov's very respected final table. Again, he is one of the more respected players in the game. And any of these players you played with a lot on GG?
Yeah, I've played against them all, and they're end bosses, all of them, kind of. Sadly, we lost David Peters there on the 9th place. It didn't make it to the final table, but yeah, it's going to be amazing. And they're very, very good players today at the table.
Yeah, it is. And David Peters, we mentioned, goes out again, another just absolute crusher. I believe we have 4-time winners here in this that have won the GG Million before, some multiple winners. We're going to talk about that. And right away, Chris Brewer, you see in the tank in the small blind to Pavel, who opens. Chris Brewer is with over $22 million in live earnings, someone that's just been on an absolute tear lately. So I think that's one of the ones who has not won a GG Million title before, maybe doesn't get to play online quite as much where he lives and just doesn't quite play. We haven't seen him so much here, but again, the chip leader with some other big names that have a lot of chips very close to decide today. I mean, anything stand out with you, how the chip stacks are distribution wise versus maybe your final table last week in this?
We had like a few players that was a little bit short the last week. Then, of course, the stakes, of course, took a more passive role because they wanted the ICM and the pay jumps, of course. Today, we're most likely going to have more action, I think, early on. Did we have Pavel there? He must be like the top 5 or something on GG, I guess, with the earnings, or?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, we're just looking at some of the stats for the week. I mean, I'm looking over here in total GG Million earnings alone, and then also in total GG earnings. I mean, these guys have a lot of them right around 10 million in earnings. Really, really impressive. And then some of the live as well. When you have as many, this is just GG. We see their earnings with 10 million and such. And then there's obviously other sites, and then we see their live record. Roman just took down, you see he's in the pot here with A7 suited. He took down a Triton event for over 4 million, I believe the main event at one of the recent stops as well. He's been a guest on the show. And he knows how to play. There's no one here that's there's literally all world-class players today. There's not one unknown player.
No, for sure. Chris Brewer betting here with a gut shot straight draw on the turn. And It's going to be an interesting one because I don't think Roman is going anywhere here with the pair and the not flush draw.
Yeah, so he does call as you expected, and now this is an interesting spot where Chris Brewer, the flush draw misses. He's got basically the worst hand he can have. No pair. He has 9 high. See if he goes for it, puts pressure or not. He does, and yeah, Roman, this is not a spot you're gonna love here with a 7. I mean, it seems almost impossible to call.
I don't know if he can pull this one off. Good play by Chris.
It's a great bet. It's also just like for Roman, you can see though he's not releasing right away. Though you start to think about hands you're beating, and you have the nut flush draw, right? You have the missed flush draw. This is not ideal to have those cards in your hand, but he is very curious. He's using some of that chess clock right now, and I don't know, man. He may sort this out.
It seems like it actually, and that would be a sick call if so.
Yeah, this is always one of those things. You talk about ICM, but when you have the world's best, you said it, end bosses, these guys that have the results, they want to play for, of course they want to score and have good, make good money, but they also just they want to play their best, and it's sort of like not much to give between these players. They're all so talented, so it's always hard to know. Like, great bluff here, can he make a great call? It's on him now.
When he's tanking for this long, it seems like he will make the call in the end. Maybe that's just my.
They say think long, think wrong. I don't know. I mean, that's where I think it's close. I think it's flip a coin. Chris Brewer showing us the class, showing us what he's willing to do. Get in there, mix it up, come with bluffs, and he's got one of the best. Again, one of the worst hands he could have. So one of the best bluff he could make here. I don't know if he has a worse hand, right? What could he have? Like, what other hand is he flat? And then bluff. I mean, I guess there's like ace-3, probably ace-3 suited. He would be 3-betting those type of hands. So I just don't know what, 9 high. There's not really a hand where he'd ever have a 9 high is actually the stone bottom of the range here in terms of value.
Yeah, he have a blocker with the 8, but I mean, it's not really a hand kind of to put someone in that spot either, right? So like, does he really play 6-8 or not really, right? So maybe
this is where again, something has to give. We're looking at, can we talk about the dominance of Austria right now? Look at how many Austrian players are at this final table, at least repping the flag. I think we have 4 again, or 3. You see 8 Katschel. He does call. I mean, this is again going to be hard. This is a highlight hand right off the gate. We got a world-class hand, great bluff, great call, and you get to see some high-level stuff as we have a new chip leader, Roman, who is now rewarded with the queens and could be in a big pot right away here with, I believe this is it's Allison online, if I'm not mistaken. He's one of the players that I don't recognize the last name, but I do believe I played with him, and a very competent player. I see Hennen Mob wise, he's got over 500K live earnings, and he could get himself in a big pot right now. Queens to ace king, getting 3-bet. This isn't fun, Matias. You're under the gun. You get 3-bet. What are you doing here?
This is gonna be probably brutal, this one. We might see everything in all pre-flop, I guess.
Wow.
Wow.
No foreplay. All in. Just 3-bet. Just a shove, a call. Ace queen, the king comes. Huge card. Oh my God. I want to believe it. Not like that. The ace king queen hits, and that is a just absolutely savage run out for the Brazilian. I was going to say it. Always the Brazil and Austria represented here at the final table. Now we don't have a Brazilian. We have still 3 Austrians, and that is a nasty run out, man. You see the king high, the queen spikes on the turn for drawing dead, and Roman is off and running 5.7. And we're supposed to do our wager. We got to get the audience involved. We haven't even picked the color of a flop, and we've seen 2 hands. So let's not forget. Let's do red or black. Go ahead, tell me here. What do you got?
I go for red then today.
You go for red. All right, next flop. We missed an opportunity, and now there's only 7, so we're gonna have this is gonna be tricky, but we'll just do every other. Okay, we'll just be every other, and it will be let's start with that. So you got red, I got black. We'll see for the next flop, and then we'll do an audience $50 and $100. And look at the king 7 off from Leonard. Going with the sort of big little split. This is again something we used to see a lot of defense closing the action. Now we're seeing people take more aggressive lines. And King Jack suited, you know, I'm not a solver world guy, but if you're in it, King Jack suited is definitely one of those ones that can get spicy and play back. So let's see. Oh, there it is. He just says that is the one. This is like a highlight reel. Highlight reel players, highlight reel hands, and we didn't see a flop. Man.
Every hand has been like full action. I love it. So
lights out action here. So you got red, I got black. Want to say hello to everyone in the audience. Let us know where you're watching from. Welcome to the Casino Daddy viewer audience, guys. Please hit that thumbs up. That's part of the giveaway. It's gonna be $50 or $100. And I do have a tweet, and I am gonna put that link in the chat. We'll get that towards that again later in the show, but that is going to be a $50 cash giveaway to Matias. Let your guys and girls watching know we are playing for keeps today. The guys are really, you said it, could be big action. There's been some big action to start. It's not this isn't for the faint of heart. People are fighting.
We just saw an opening by Roman and like Jam from Leonard as well there. So full action that hand as well. And now blind versus blind, Takashev versus Roman here. Limp in, and then I guess we were going to see a check here from Roman as well.
I would think with this, like the worst hands, he'd throw this up. He'd bump this one up. He'd like just put it in that, and they're so deep and he's covering. I just think that he's going to be attacking here. It's interesting because this is one of those probably limp call, right? Jack 10, where you got sort of that middling hand, and you know that Roman's gonna have the top and bottom of range, so I would expect to just see a call. And now these are fun when both players miss and the 4 high sort of. This is one of the advantages of this hand, is that you do get to sort of, you know, miss and the other player may miss on this type of board. You figure you're doing okay, but Jack 10 does have a gut shot, may not go away for just a single bet, and that's a red flop, so you get to choose first.
All right, then I guess I go with. That's a good one. Chris Brewer, I guess go with.
You're taking.
You're not
Brewer
happy with it? Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Pick Chris Brewer. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of respect. I mean, and look, I get it. I think that's, you know, he is arguably playing the top brand of poker in the world right now. So I definitely get it. That's giving up a lot of chips. Roman, who has been. He's been on the show and he's a great guy. I like Roman a lot. I'm gonna be happily with Roman for my pick. We'll just alternate every time.
All right. So do I pick my second now, or we do that next time?
Usually we do like a snake draft 1-2, but because there's only 7 left, I think that it's I think we should just alternate. Like that's fine. You just alternate down. We'll just take 3 each, and we'll leave the 7th to a tie.
And my second pick is going to be Pavel from Romania. I guess he's from, right?
Yep. He's yes, that is correct. He is. Wait, he's rocking the Moldova flag?
All right.
Moldova,
Moldova. Yeah.
There you go, Moldova. I'm gonna go with. You know what? I'm taking Mark Radoja. I know I've talked about him before. He beat me heads up for a World Series of Poker bracelet. He's won 2 bracelets, World Series, and he's not won a GGMillion. I feel like it's his day today. He's got 3 million. I'll take Mark.
All right. When was this? Heads up.
Long time ago, 2011 5K shootout, final round. The third and then he won the. I think he won a heads up bracelet as well a few years later. But he's won 2 bracelets, and that was many moons ago, 2011.
At least not embarrassing to lose against him, I guess.
Yeah, so. Exactly. He's a heads-up specialist.
Yes. Yeah. And my third pick is going to be, I guess I go with Takashev then.
Takashev. This is a player I wasn't so familiar with, but I think he did win the EPT main event with 4,000 runners for over 500K. And obviously, he's also won a high roller as well, some 25K. So very accomplished player. Seems like a good pick. And then I will take... So what? We'll leave one undrafted. Is that right? I said, and then I'll take. Man.
Yeah, he's bluffing here with Jack 10 as well.
Yeah, and a pair.
Your guy has a 3.
I mean, this might he's shown he's sticky. He could call here definitely. When you think the limp call range is sort of in the middle there, like those type of hands? Is he going to bet? Maybe does he bet the king? I don't know. That's an interesting one. I thought maybe he would see that, and he did fold. Nice bet there. That is your player, your pick. Really well played. And I think I'll take Leonard, 2-time winner, GGMillion, very accomplished player. And then Panakovs, who has over 14 million in live earnings, is going to be left as a wash. Unfortunately, no one drafted Panakovs. That feels wrong, but that's just the way it played out.
I mean, he's short. He's like the shortest stack, and but one of the best players on the table, I would say, right? So, but yeah, this time he doesn't get picked for that reason because of his lowest stack, I guess. But one of the better players at the table, I would say.
Yeah, I want to have him on for I know he's friends with Beyrouzi and who's been a guest. I want to have him on the show. Love to chat poker with him. He's definitely someone that could get back into it very quickly. But again, this is just too close to call. We saw the Brazilian go out in a pretty dramatic flip, a very tough player as well. I think not as much GGMillion experience, but here we go. We have 7 left. You can see the payouts in the lower left, basically almost to a 6-figure score for everyone, 91,000 guaranteed. Chris Brewer has been the chip leader. He is now kind of in the mix, right? Tied sort of for second. But again, someone players and people talk about a lot and is regarded as one of the best. Have you battled with him on GG much?
A little bit. Haven't seen him too much, I gotta say. But I guess he's playing a lot of live poker as well. I've seen he's in Vegas most of the time and playing like everything. Yeah, I've seen him more and more lately on GG as well, which is fun, of course. Yeah. Also, it's a lot of fun to see like Sergio, the football player, right, and Neymar, and I mean it's amazing, really.
Yeah, there's a lot of the game is growing. That clip with Neymar playing during his daughter's first birthday is a legend. I mean, that's too much. That was like how many people can relate to that? That was just so that was strong. That was really, really strong. I like that. That clip was great.
Yeah, fully degen. But yes. I love to see it though. But I guess he got a little bit of hate because of it, right? Or not hate, but
yeah. It's definitely. I mean, yeah. Again, it's funny in a way, but it's also like you can imagine when you saw it, you knew there was going to be some reaction. Some people are going to be coming out on that, on being tough on that. But here we go. We got 8s and aces, a Austrian matchup as aces are on the lead. Pretty good card for aces. Feel a little safer, although there's a possible flush, and Roman does have a diamond, but not 2. See what do you think he does size wise here?
We see a check there from Takashev, and I guess we'll see a bet. But wouldn't surprise me if you see a check either. There's a lot of there's the bets, 150 into 400k, and here he might see a call or a raise. Yeah, it's a call. He makes a call. Kind of makes sense. Nothing scary, really. And is Roman going to pull off another bet? No, he checks it down, which is very good play from him. But
yeah, I mean,
Takashev takes it down.
He beats plenty of, ace, queen, ace, king, ace, jack, hands with 1 diamond or some other pairs maybe with the diamond or just other pairs. So, yeah, he's going to expect to win that enough where, yeah, I think that you're right. Doesn't need to bet there. Going to show down. Hopefully he's good, but was not as... We'll call him AT. That's a tough name to pronounce. We're going to go with AT. He's got 3.5 million, sitting very healthy. And again, very tight to call. And that's what I love about these GGMillion. There's so many different stack distributions and just situations, how the chips match up. But today, very even. Going to be a lot of play. And as you mentioned, probably a lot of action. Players are deep and get to maneuver a lot.
Yeah, I think Roman probably lost the minimum, other players would have lost it way more there, I think. So very good, well played by him to minimize the losses with the 8s versus aces. And here we have 4 clubs on the board, deuces and king 4 for Roman. He flopped a set mark, but the runouts is pretty wet, I would say, and a 7 on the river, which completes the flush as well. So this is gonna probably be a check, I would imagine. unless Roman pulls off a little bet. Then most likely he's going to take it down as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is one where everyone may just show down. King 4 suited though. Let's see. Does he want to be bluffing here? I mean, he realizes that he is going to chop with no club and get called by probably a club and decides to check. So interesting. The set, not a great run out for deuces, but does Chris Brewer showing he would have had the straight flush there, the 5 of clubs, scratching his head. That would have been nice, though not any other action. Panakov's going to fold 1.2 million again. He's still got 20 big blinds, and he is still in the mix. So, oh my goodness, look at this! Wow,
there we have him,
that's
the legend.
Take a seat. Take a seat. We got a VIP here. This is also been on the show before. You know, Matias, Casino Daddy. I don't know if you guys have met.
I've probably heard of him.
Yeah. He's one of those guys. He's better at his hobby than our profession. He's a good, very good player, but he's more. They do stream. How would you describe what you do? You do a mix of gaming, casino, and then also you play stream Sundays on Twitch.
Yeah, the poker on Sundays, and then stream like once a week, kind of when I do the full gamble with blackjack and roulette and all the stuff and slots and so on.
Nice, exactly. Yeah, no, well, he won. You won the tournament. Was a while ago, but it was the spring event. What was the buy-in on that? You won 1.1 million on GG. What was it, a 500 or 1K?
$1,500, I believe it was that one. So I made the day one the same day, last day actually. So it was the last chance, and then I made then I won the main event as well. Yeah.
It's not a bad score. $1,500 to 1.1 million. That'll do it. That is a nice return. As you were 4th place last week, we were just talking about that. Very similar payout distribution as last week. About 400,000 up top, and we're going to see a flat from Mark Radoja. Pavel going to open Jack 10 suited and 5s in the big blind. Going to complete. Not that crazy of a flop, but I guess top pair for both. This could be some chips going in the middle here.
I would expect Mark to probably bet here.
Yeah, 3, 4, 10 rainbow. Pretty good flop from the buttons perspective. 5s also doesn't hate it, but multi-way, tricky spot. Decide if he wants to take one off.
Small bet. Maybe he makes the call here because runners, right? So he does as well. So
yep.
And then of course we have Pavel.
A little bit gonna be wary. 3-way here with the Jack 10 kicker, and now the queen peels off,
which is a non-action card, kind of, right? So
yeah,
but
yeah, no one here loves that card. Let's see what Mark's gonna do. Likely slow down. There's a world where he bets, and look at that, man. He just goes ahead and bets. I'm a little surprised at that sizing and just attacking there, but I mean, hey, well played, takes it down. And I don't know who to ask. Back ask Ben. I could ask you, what do you think of that sizing there, Matias? That seems not, like you said, not an action killer, but he decided to go ahead and keep the pressure on.
A little bit risky against 2 players, I would guess, in my opinion, maybe. But it worked this time, right? So
what do you think, Ben? Ben, were you watching the action? You see that one?
Yeah, I mean,
So Ben's not fully aligned with it. Listen, again, Mark, I got respect for you. You're on my team today. I drafted you, and I know you know what you're doing. So it's also why poker is beautiful, because you can have differing opinions. There's also read-based stuff. These guys know each other well, and it's more than one way to play a hand, of course. So Mark does take it down 3.4 million. Very interesting stacks today. A lot of play. No one's short right now. 7-handed, as we saw dramatic flip, ace, king to queens. And we saw Chris make a big bluff and get called by Roman with a great call early.
Great flop for Alex here. Flopping the top pair plus the second nut flush draw. Don't know if we're going to see a call from Roman. I don't think so. But it's a small bet, so he probably calls, yeah. And he does.
Yeah, I think he's got the backdoor diamonds. The gut shot does have the over. It hits the ace. Actually in the lead now, somehow. When king queen, just looks like what could go wrong when you have top pair the king high flush draw, you're against a ace jack, although now the ace does pair, and this is not great news for Panakov's, although, you know, he has multiple options here.
He could slow down as well. But he still have quite a lot of equity, right? So, and yeah, there's the flush on the river.
So does check. Now it'll be interesting if Roman blocker bets or puts some bet out there. Obviously the run out was improvement and now a bit more scary, although still ace jack. I mean, it's doing okay. This is multiple options. What do you think he does here?
He could both. He could check and he could bet, but he's unblocking the club, so maybe he doesn't love it that much, I guess. Wouldn't surprise me to, yeah. He makes a bet, half pot-ish.
So he does bet, and now Panakov's, I mean, has the second nuts. It's against the big blind range. Got to feel he's going to have the best hand. Very strong hand. I would imagine it's just going to be a shove all in, and let's see what he comes up with. Also, the risk premium, he's shortest. I mean, his hand's strong, right? He's got the second nuts here. Yeah, fake tank shove. The FPS right there. There it is. And now Roman, he's thinking, all right, I mean, this isn't good news. I lose to a lot of things. The check back turn, shove river, doesn't have a club, as you mentioned. He is thinking about it, but ultimately loses to a lot of hands. I mean,
I don't think he's going to pull off the call.
No, there's just the deuce of clubs gets shown. Just saying, a little less likely he's got a flush. He did have a flush. And again, Panakov's, who didn't get drafted, not because of his pedigree, because his stack was the shortest, is now back in. And now he is not the shortest, and showing us that he is capable, willing, and able. He is now in 6th place, and Leonard is in 7th. As again, Radoja very tight at the top. Chris Brewer was your chip leader. Roman is now, and we see the blind on blind coming out with the deuce 5 suited. And Chris going to like to play 10-7 suited here, deep in the big blind, I'd imagine. Just a comfortable flat. Both players just stone whiff the flop.
Yeah, both suited hands, very playable, blind versus blind. The ace, jack, kind of maybe kills the action a little bit, but Roman leads there, and Chris folds.
Yeah, one of the benefits having the lead and coming out with that attacking strategy, gets to pick up on that high board when players miss on a board like that. So nice pickup for Roman. 4.6 million again. Very tight today. Not much difference between the stack sizes. Short stack still, what, 25 big blinds right now. So a lot of play today. We will play to a winner in 392,000. No deal making at the GG Millions final table, and we'll see who can take it down. I mean, again, very close to call. The odds today would be, I think it would be pretty tough, right, to lay a price on the players. It's just pretty even, and a lot of talent here as Panakov's gets a flush draw on the flop.
Yeah, we would probably see us like a continuation bet here from Mark, I guess, on this flop, king, queen. And it's a small bet.
Yeah, goes for the very, very small bet, and now it gets called, and a gut shot picks up for him to a pretty good turn for Radoja, all things considered. Panakov's just with 10 high, doesn't have an over to the board, so just a naked flush draw. And if Radoja does keep the heat up here, probably going to win, right? You're not going to be peeling out of position a 10 high flush draw with this action, most likely. So let's see if Radoja does with that extra equity pick up a bet, and that is gonna do it.
Betting over pot there as well, which makes it impossible for Alex to continue.
Yeah, that was well executed, and again, a good run out. One of the better turn cards for him to kind of see bet, pick up some equity, take it down here as Roman gets jacks. And the big blind, this is something we see more tight play. I mean, in the older days, I would feel like maybe a closing the action, 8-10 off, you would go for a peel. What do you think? Is that a mandatory fold, or do you peel sometimes there this deep with an 8-10 off?
It depends. Like now, the ICM at the final table, I think they're going to be a little bit more honest. But like, depends, of course. Like, it's in the beginning of the tournament. Of course, you're going to see more flops and peel way more, I guess.
Yeah, it's a good point as well. Those watching at home, it is different stages, the early stages, middle stages, bubble play, final table, all a little bit different. Of course, the stakes too here. This is a 10K online tournament playing with the world's best. I'm curious to ask both of you since we have Ben here, but Matias, what would you attribute or equate a 10K online, the GG Millions marquee event weekly across the internet to a live tournament? What would you say that is calibrated wise to a buy-in? Like what size live?
I haven't played that much live, to be honest. So I don't know how it is to play the WSOP and EPT and stuff. I'm not a big fan of flying. I got scared by an old ex. So I haven't played too much, just a little bit locally and stuff. So I don't know, I don't think I can answer that question.
All right, well, I'll go with Ben. What do you think? What 10K online GG Million? What do you think that's like a way to live if you had to guess? Yeah, it's probably, I'd say 50K, somewhere in that range. So yeah, it's definitely again some of the best players. There are some satellite players today though. You see, there's no one that's not an expert at there. People are asking, that is Ben Raleigh in the back there. He's done it all. He does Raise Your Edge. He's been on the show. He's been on GG Millions. Does a lot of content. So he is finally, he's in the building. He is here, and he made it. He made it to the warmer weather, and he's down taking a back seat today, just kind of taking it in and relaxing. But he's studying. And here we go, sevens and kings, and I guess stack size wise, this could be a problem. The risk premium, that's a Raise Your Edge term. Risk premium, the lowest. Leonard, he's got sevens. He's surfing it in, and he's going to get snapped out of his pants. King sevens, 8% for Roman. And there it is. He's using the emoji, and he just wills it. It felt like it was cheating. There's sevens getting flashed all over the board. He's got sevens full. He's got to fade a king and a king only, or we're going to make a much more. Oh, wait. No. Is that a queen?
Queen.
It's right. Like lady. It was paint, a little sweat for everyone. And that is, I mean, this is, if you took a photo right now, this is basically an ICM kerfuffle. This is like everyone has got chips right now. This is crazy. This is a very, very evenly distributed final table right now. So we got 3.7 million is your leader all the way to 1.7. This is pretty crazy. This is definitely one of the tighter matches we've seen. And again, some of the most firepower in terms of results. I think we mentioned Chris Brewer, 22 million in live earnings, his 5 million best cash. Second though in Oregon, not first. We got Seth Davies in first place from Oregon, but number 2 all time there in Oregon. We got Mark Radoja, super competent player. We got Pavel over almost 8 million in earnings. Roman 8 million in earnings, just took down a $4 million score. Feeling confident from the Triton series, winning a main event there. And then Leonard Mao also almost 4 million in live earnings. And again, so crazy the live earnings now. Ponikovs, we're just leaving out 15 million in live earnings. And again, their GG Million in their GG profile is very impressive. 4 former GG Million winners today. And Roman, man, took a tough one there, but gets a good situation here and a couple of playable hands.
Maybe he gets some revenge here with queens against the king jack off open late position. And he makes a 3-bet to 360K and a fold from Takashev.
Yeah, Chris Brewer really pounced on that. Leonard, he made a light 3-bet out of the big blind, king 7 off, king jack suited. I mentioned a kind of, again, not that I'm a solver expert, but I know that king jack suited likes to get aggressive and a good 4-bet candidate. He did surf it all in on Leonard earlier. So we've seen some aggressive play. We've seen some big bluffs. Saw a great call. We've kind of had it all today. And a dramatic all in with ace, king to queens, king high flop, and then a queen arriving to knock out the Brazilian. And I'm not going to pronounce his name correctly, but Kia Katsowitz. I believe it might be Hay and Allison from online back in the day. He got knocked out, and we did start 8-handed. As you mentioned, David Peters was out in 9th. So I think he must have got knocked out or double knockout to take us to the final table. So that is why we are 7-handed. That's 7, man. He was using that emoji for a 7. That was kind of crazy. It was right in the window.
7s are strong today.
They are, and he's got it again. Queen 4 suited, 7s. 2 overs, but you know, still big blind range. Feeling pretty good about your hand. King 9-3 rainbow, worth a bet. He was. Radoja was contemplating a couple good back doors, and there's another 7 reminder that he's almost like he knew. He's saying, I think you had 7s, and there it is. Leonard, they have it. They're rocking it, and we are going to play another hand here as 9s and ace king and ace jack, some pretty big hands for 7-handed.
A lot of action every hand. Seems like, right?
It's been an interesting start. We for sure in 40 minutes, 35 minutes, we've had a lot, and this is going to be a just snap fold there. Gives the respect, doesn't want to peel, doesn't want to 4-bet, so does fold, and Radoja will be, again, very tight, but currently in second. Ben, who have you played with the most out of these guys? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of... I think Panikov, yeah, he's really burst on scene. Got an impressive resume here on GG as well, including I think he has two titles and over about 11 million in earnings for GG. So definitely a competent player. And here we see King 7 suited. Chris doesn't love getting called here. He's got, again, pretty poor hand. He realizes though that he has a range advantage on the ace 9-5-3. He's going to check back. And King Queen.
Interesting misses. This one. Both with the king. Missed flush draw.
Yeah, and this is kind of one of those spots where you have King Queen suited. You're like, wow, I had the nut flush draw. This could have gone differently, but now you're hoping to get to showdown, although you just realized that he does. So like, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of a weird line for Chris to then go bet the river, but he didn't think about it. He just gave up and was hoping figured he beat some hands, right? There are some flush draws maybe that he beats.
Yeah, a bet there would take it down, of course, but they split it. So I guess both is happy with that.
Well, he's got caught bluffing a few times so far. At least that one, that big bluff, he did get his the 8-9. Roman made a pretty heroic call, but again, Chris definitely knows what to do in the spots, and he decided not to pull the trigger there. He is gonna sit on his 2.2 million, over 30 bigs, plenty of chips, and another big hand here.
Leonard with ace king on the button. He makes the 3-bet to 490. Mark is most likely folding here with the jack 8 of the clubs. Yeah. Or maybe, he fold.
Yeah, I don't see him peeling there. He's going to fold 3.3 million still, as we are still 7-handed. And here we go. A little more normal distribution of hands. No massive spot here. Just looks like a button raise, likely takedown.
Takashev with a suited ace here. It's gonna open. Chris Brewer jack 4 off on the big blind folding.
How many entries were in that one you won for 1.1 million? It's a 1,500 buy-in. That must have been what, like 7,000 or something? 8,000?
Yeah, 6.8 thousand players, I think it was. Of course, I had a good lucky run, right? I mean, you need that as well. There was
Helmuth
some point.
Will tell you don't. If Helmuth were you all in? Were you ever all in or no?
I was all in with like late with 10s versus jacks or queens or something, and then I hit the 2-outer, right? So I mean, you need some luck, and you also need to win your flips, right? And that could be hard some days.
Yeah,
as we all know, right?
You had the baby run good. Sounds like it was right around after the baby, right?
Yeah,
that helps.
Was a while ago I saw Ben at the table, so has he been up to something or?
But yeah, well, but he's how often are you streaming? You're doing. I mean, you play Sunday still some or not?
Yeah, mostly only Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, Ben's
legend.
Yeah. This. I'm in a legend sandwich. I like this. I'm like right in the middle of. I can kind of go use both of you for questions, and it's good. This is exciting. This is definitely again a stacked one. I love to say it because it just seems so often, but this is pound for pound. I think this is. I'm going to go on record and say this is the most, I think, stacked final table just overall, because there's literally no one that I didn't know, or there's no satellite winner. It's all
big one here. Could be spicy. This one. 2 pair for Roman and then an open-ended for Mark.
Yep, the missionary top and bottom for Roman. He's going to come out betting, and this is again definitely some cards that could be promote action. That's not one. Does Roman always want to keep betting here, or does he ever like set a little trap, or you just kind of got to bet, right? You want to hope your opponent has something, maybe not get. Okay, he does lay a little trap.
I mean, like the sixes, it's more likely to be in the big blind here as well, right? So we could maybe see Mark trying to pull off a bluff, I would imagine, missing the straight on the river. Yeah, and he does. Yeah. And of course, Roman loves this. He's just gonna tank a little bit, and then we will see a little race.
Yeah, shout out to my buddy Begley. He's like always using his time bank, doing tricks and stuff here. You can see 5 minutes 40 seconds. He's using some clock and spots. He's definitely playing into the game, right? He's using it and a tough decision. Do I raise? Maybe I have a bluff that I want to raise, but no, he's got the goods there. King 6 full house, and he is back into the chip lead, 4.3 million. And Radoja gets out of the way, obviously, with Jack high, getting resistance. Panakov's going to open. Pavel, then pretty quiet, A6 off.
Fold. Not getting in much hands, I guess, Pavel.
Yeah. Yeah, Ben will be popping in and out. We saw the King 7 off 3-bet. Does he have the Queen 7 3-bet as well? He did. Timing's so important, right? And he did go for one earlier, and he got stuffed back on. But it's nice, right? It's nice to go for some light 3-bets and then appear a little more aggressive, and then when you actually get a hand, maybe get played back at. A lot of timing, a lot of as you mentioned, a lot of luck as well as skill in these type of tournaments. Not much separates these players. I mean, of course, every one of them will tell you they're the best, and you know, it's hard to argue with some of them. They're all very tough, but this is definitely a all-star lineup today.
For sure. And here this might be spicy as well. We have Takasha with Ace King suited versus Roman King 9 suited. So and blind versus blind. These hands are very good, playable. So this could be the like a 4-bet here from Roman even. We could see. But he makes a quite big bet, Takashev. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. And to peel doesn't seem right, although it's close. You know, it's just I think 4-bet would be more likely, but then ultimately with the sizing, he's sort of taking away that opportunity, I think, to 4-bet, unless, you know, I guess he could click it, right, and then just decide that that's where he's drawing the line. But I don't know. That's a lot to put out. He is definitely thinking.
He makes the fold though. Very good. Well played by Roman.
Yeah, we saw again Chris Brewer, I believe. Yeah, chip leader, but not by an overwhelming amount. He did have the lead. It's
when to start,
tight
right?
stack, so still got 30 bigs. I love seeing whole cards up because Yeah, it's like you see the distributions. You know, sometimes there are collisions, but a lot of times you just realize no one has anything. And here we go, another blind on blind. We saw Roman go 3x with a modest hand. This time he's going to go ahead and do the same with the queen 5. This time Chris Brewer 10-5 suited. I think last time, what was it? The deuce 5 suited versus we have 10-8 suited. This time he's got 10-5 suited.
Probably gonna make the call, I would guess, but also his stack is not that big, so yeah, he folds. Gotta pick your hands a little bit more careful now, I guess, with his stack being down to 2 million from a 4 million start, right? So and there we have Pavel taking down a hand with ace-9 suited. Mark with 8s under the gun. Probably gonna open here.
Yeah.
And then Roman.
5s cut off. Those peel. Sides are deep enough.
Little set mining here from Roman.
Yeah, 9-4-4, so 8's in the lead. Relatively dry flop, but again, out of position, tough to play against. Both players don't hate the flop.
Both of them have something, right? And it's paired board, so. But it's we see a small little bet from Roman, and we'll see what Mark. Probably gonna call this one, and he hits the boat on the turn there with the 8s over 4s. And but it's not really that much an action card, I guess, with 5s. You're probably going to continuation bet, I would imagine. Or no, he makes the check and 9 on the river.
Yeah, I mean, Mark has to feel good. I mean, the 9x is not very likely. The 4 you would have heard from if somehow he had ace-4 suited, he'd probably be 3-betting that. So I mean, he has in his mind the best hand, and again, going to target maybe some ace highs or whatnot. And kind of interesting that the 5s do play right on the 9, 9, 8, 4, 4. So he does beat some hands, but doesn't think too long about it.
And good fold actually as well, because yeah, but like he have a lot of those cards in his range from so well played. Roman opens with Jack 10 suited here, and we have pocket 4 from Mark in the big blind, which is most likely gonna see a flop here. 10-6, 10-5-6 with the hearts. So Mark gets the top pair, but the kicker not that good. And Mark with the pocket 4s. Big bet on flop from Roman here, and most likely Mark is going to fold.
Yeah.
And he makes the fold as well.
Yeah, we've seen, again, a lot of great sort of sizings, understanding where ranges are at, which we expect. You know, we saw the one, I'd say, highlight hand, Chris betting the 8-9 suited and got called, you know, made a nice size bet, and Roman kind of a really tough call with the holding he had, the ace-7 suited. I think that it was not everyone's going to make that call, and he was correct. It's fun when you see something has to give, right? Great bet, great calls, or people raising up the bar to make the other player have to make a extraordinary play, and that's something, again, we're seeing players go and do a lot of great maneuvering in the hands, and that's something, as I say, it's always fun to see because some has to give, right? These guys all know what they're doing.
Very impressive so far. Especially by Roman, maneuvering and folding like decent hands, I would say as well. But a lot of good play by all players, I think. Some have been a little bit carded, but they have still playable stacks. So
yeah, I'd say Pavel hasn't gotten too much to work with We've seen the other players. Also, Leonard got pretty lucky. Sevens, the kings. Obviously, Roman would have had a much bigger stack as he is in the lead here on the king 6-6. Dude's going to pick that up.
Alex had one hand where he doubled up, but he's been kind of carded as well, I would say.
Yeah.
Leonard by king queen suited here on the button, and both small and big, kind of bad hands, and probably gonna fold here unless he defends the 5-7 off the big blind. No, he doesn't. And Leonard picks it up.
Yeah, some very interesting hands today. I would say that this has been, again, what we expect, some top level stuff. And another blind on blind here, Roman and Chris. This seems to be, of course, distribution. It's been interesting. There's sort of just been a lot of folds to the spot today. We've seen at least the third blind on blind here where no one's opened. Both players check back. King 10 still in the lead. Everyone misses.
A lot of blind versus blind, and that's where it can get spicy, I guess, as well, because the range is much wider. And not much really here for any of them. But Chris pulls off a little bet, and Roman makes the call. So another 5 on turn. Will Chris pull off another one here?
It's a little less fun when you know your opponent's sticky and you got no equity turn cards. So the 5, queen 6, 5-5 here. Do you really want to just go betting into the chip leader when you've already shown that you're bluffing? This is, again, Chris just not afraid, going to go ahead and fire the second bullet. Roman, though, doesn't have a 7, 8 or spade or 4 or 9. So he kind of doesn't have, or a heart. I mean, there's some world where he does call down here, but it's not fun when you're basically just can't improve. You realize your opponent can be semi-bluffing and still get there. And let's see if he does stick on. Roman really has been sticky today. He does fold. Nice bet there from Chris.
Yeah, Chris takes it down. And it's up just above 2 mil now, 2.2 mil. Then we have under the gun open from Pavel with ace-9. The first hand in a while for him. And of course, the players have noticed that, and they quickly fold, and he picks up the blinds. Roman here on the cutoff with 9s. Chris Brewer with ace-queen off on the button. And then we have Alex Ponakova with a 10-queen suited on small blind. This could get dirty as well.
I mean, I was thinking if there's a world Chris flats here, but he's just going the other direction with the full all in.
We haven't seen that many all-ins either, right? So would you make the call here with 9s, Jeff?
I mean, it seems like it would be too much to call, but I guess it's, again, ranges, and we were thinking, what is he really shoving? Does he shove 10s or jacks? Like, is he doing that? But even so, if you know he has ace queen or ace king, do you want to call, right? That's the thing. So that's, I guess, the question you have to ask. Are you ahead? You are ahead and you're flipping. And how often does he have 8s or 7s? That's the other question. Or a lower pair. It's pretty close. What would you do? I think I'd probably, I mean, I just with 4 million in your cover, I'd probably give it up, because I just feel like I like my stack so much. I'd rather not. I only have two big blinds out there. Do I want to risk so much right now? I just, and then you get put into a whole different neighborhood in the tournament if you lose, right? I don't know. I think I'd fold. What about you?
It's definitely a tough one, calling here and losing, and you will be down to 2 million something.
Yeah, now all of a sudden you have 2 million. You're basically the short stack. You're tied for the shortest, and right now you're the chip leader. But you win on the flip. You're at like 6.3, and like that. You look at the future side of it. This is definitely one to tag, timestamp, talk to people, plug it in, do all the calculations. And Chris Brewer really making it tough here. I mean, I think he thought about another situation where he could 3-bet. He could flat. I think that flatting's not insane, and he does shove, and you can see that he. Oh wow, we are going to play for the chip lead pot. This has got a lot of implications. Buckle up, nines, ace, queen. It is safe. A heart would be sweat. 4 turn, getting fade, 6 outs, 1 to come. A Roman will be in a runaway position, and it is a brick. That is an 8. That is a heart, but that is not enough. Chris Brewer, who was your chip leader, claps all around. Look at the respect there. It is a full-on. People know. And again, they're happy to see him go because they know what he's capable of. And again, 22 million live earnings and the chip leader starts. So when he goes out in 7th as chip leader, it might seem crazy, but again, a couple hands, couple bluffs, lose a big flip. And then, the stacks were pretty tight today. So Chris will go out, will not get his GGMillion championship today. I'm sure we'll see him back again. I think you mentioned you've been playing more with him. You've seen him more online. So that's,
lately.
See him in a place where he's able to play. And I know he plays a lot of live poker, so maybe he's taking a little break somewhere in the world where he can grind a little online, have some fun, and warm up for the WSOP. Sure, we'll be seeing him here, and we will continue on as we're 6-handed. And you had Chris Brewer, right?
Yes, I did. So that's not good for me, I guess. But
that was a tough one. Dinner. We're talking dinner with the fam, right? We each got 2 kids, wife, kids, the whole crew. So we're playing for real. This isn't a romantic one-on-one. We're going families, flights. I think we're making this a big bet, right? This is a fun thing. I bring you to Miami. You come to Sweden. I've been to Sweden before, actually. I love it. I love
you have?
Yeah, I've been to Stockholm.
When was this?
Oh man, 2013 actually. I remember because I made a bet with a friend. I had a pretty infamous bet there. And also we randomly ran into this, do you know this band? I had not heard of them, I'll be honest, but I know they're like a pretty well-known band, but it's called System of the Down.
Yeah, metal, right?
Yeah, it's like heavy metal. It's not my
heavy.
Yeah, crazy. So we were there, and I was with Antonio Sfandiari and Bill Perkins, and it was either I think Antonio ran into like the drummer, someone he knew from LA that was in the band. Oh wow, King 10 suited, gonna rip it and take down, get the better hand of full. Nice Leonard showing not afraid. So he ran into like this guy, and next thing you know, I guess like Bill's wife's like a huge System of the Down fan, and like they're like, oh, we have a concert in Sweden, like 2 hours away from Stockholm. It was like the next day, like, do you guys want to come? So we like went on their tour bus from Stockholm to this random small town in Sweden, and like out in the forest, and like crazy like metal thing. We were on the stage, like it was so random and it was so crazy, but it was like, I'll never forget it, like this metal concert in the middle of nowhere, Sweden, and it was really fun. It happened to be like her favorite band, which was like even crazier. But yeah, it was fun. So that's my Sweden experience. I was only there like 2 days, I think. So
all right,
great, very fun.
That was a while ago, then 2013.
Yeah, 10 years ago. Yep. Yeah, it's very, very, very. How much has Sweden changed in 10 years? I imagine Stockholm, much like major cities, everything's kind of building up and just getting more modern.
Yeah, for that it definitely has. I haven't been to the capital that much, to be honest. I live down in the south in Sweden.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a lot of building and making it more modern with everything.
Yeah, it has been a while. I still haven't been to Finland. I want to go to Helsinki. I went to that trip, went to Denmark as well. Was really impressed with Copenhagen, and but yeah, it's been a while since I've been to that neck of the woods. So you say you've never been to Miami? Where have you been in the US?
I haven't been to the US actually. Since quite a long flight, and I'm not the biggest fan of flying, as I said earlier.
You mentioned that. Tell me, what's that? Yeah. You had an incident, or you just flying?
No, I got scared by I was sleeping, and before I had no problem at all, But then an old ex-girlfriend was screaming and crying and woke me up, and there was this thunderstorm outside and bouncing plane and shit,
Turbulence.
Which was a bit scary. Yeah. Then since then I've been scared of flying, even though I know it's like the safest way to travel,
Listen, I think I'd love to pull the audience, because I'm not afraid of flying, but there is something about being out of control being in the air and like, like it's just, I'm with you. I'm not scared of it, but I'm not like, it's fun. I remember being a kid, like taking off landing. It was like, I was like the most fun thing. And now it's like, that's like the part where I'm like, all right, let's just make everything sure is good. And, I think about it. I definitely think about it. I'm with you.
It's probably being out of control, like you say. That is a bit.
Well, you mentioned you won a package on GG as well for the main event, so we're going to be seeing you in Vegas, right? I mean, that's
WSOP. Yeah, I guess I will just have to man up. I would. I mean, that's like a dream for every player, I guess, to go to Vegas and play WSOP, right? So, just have to do it.
I love that. I can't believe you're. That's I wouldn't have guessed that would be your first time. So yeah, give me a heads up. Let me know. That's awesome. That would be a lot of fun. This is a nice value bet from Roman here with the Jack Queen. Going to put in a river bet that is actually, as played, may get called.
Big bet on the river from Roman here. And will he make the call with the 7, I think?
He does have the king of diamonds, though.
That's true.
But he's, going to go the other way on it, which is even... we saw a bluff like this last week. I think it was like the king 5 in a spot where it had a 5 just to pair on the board and like turn it into a big bluff. And this is a similar spot. And this just shows you the class, right? There's no easy pots. There's no easy. Okay, I'm gonna make an over bet. It's actually like a great value bet. Now it gets turned into a check raise with the 7, which is just, again, different levels to the game. You know what I mean? Like, like 7, that looks like a trick you could call. You catch bluffs, but he's saying like the reasoning on this is, I guess, maybe targeting exactly this type of hand to get like a jack to fold.
Yeah, most likely, and he's probably gonna pull it off as well. Unless Roman see it through and makes the call.
Does fold Alex again, guy you just don't want to leave off your fantasy team. He is coming back 2.5 million. He's literally in first, second, third. He's like tied for 4th. I mean, it's again very tight though. There's no one below 2.2 million right now, so it's just pretty tight with Roman in the lead though.
Yeah, that's not good but yeah, no one had him because he had the lowest stack, right? So for the bet, he's out, but it's scary when he's getting shipped for sure for the other players as well.
Yeah, no, that is for sure. So you haven't skydived, I take it?
No, for sure not. Have you done that?
No, I jumped off the stratosphere though as a bet because I'm actually afraid of heights, like in the sense of, as normal, right? People like look at high, like flying's one thing, but actually heights, just going up buildings or like kind of being, in that spot. So that was crazy. It's like 110 stories in Vegas, the stratosphere. I hopped off that like 10 years ago as well. That was pretty intense, but that was not easy. I'll be honest. I had a choice to skydive or do that.
Very impressive. I mean, was that some kind of bet you did, or like, because I know you have done a lot of bets and so on, right?
Yeah, it was like kind of it was a semi free roll, but a bet like where I did have a small clause if I lost. Like I had to put out. I think we made the bet, and I had to pay out if I didn't do it. I was like a 2.5 to 1 or something, just because like my friend knows I was really scared of heights. And then I mean I had a few drinks. I just remember them saying like 3, 2, 1, jump, and I didn't go. And then I asked them if they could push me, and they couldn't. They can't do that. And so, look at this.
Whoa.
Here we go. Panakov's is rolling. Is he? What's that? 4? He's got 4 mil. He's second.
Second.
Oh. It's gonna be. We might save each other each a dinner where we're gonna no one's gonna win. The one guy, the shortest stack, gonna come back and take it down. Also mention it's gonna be $50 or $100 giveaway to the audience for a GG ticket if it is one of Matias' players. It'll be 50. It's one of mine, 100, and then we have the tweet as well. I'll put that back in the chat. That is a $50 cash retweet And that is, you're eligible for that too, Matias. Casino Day. I got that out there. GG also put out a tweet. You guys, appreciate you hitting the thumbs up, following along. We'll have a giveaway for you later in the day too. That is the first part of that giveaway. And again, let us know where you're watching from. We are in Sweden, in Miami. Benjamin Raleigh, Ben CB.
So how long is he staying for? Or just
I think open-ended. I'm not sure. At least like 5 days or so. Yeah, but I've been telling him to come for years, and then he finally came down. Just popped in. It's literally like just arrived too. It's not like he's been here. He just came over like live on the street. I haven't even shown him where to, like, what's going on or what to do or where to put his stuff. But he'll be coming back in here, and yeah, it's gonna be a. Hopefully he'll give some insight, because he definitely knows his stuff. I like to say I play the game. I love poker, but he's definitely a master of tournament poker.
For sure.
Ace 4 in the lead.
Flush draw for Leonard. We see a bet from Alex here. He's betting pot bet 776,000. It's going to be hard to continue here with the flush draw.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a big bet. That is true. It's interesting that it's just such an interesting hand that Ace 4 is actually winning. King 10 has a pretty good peel, but for that price, it's not. And then also the ranges, though, right? Like more sort of.
Oh, he mixed. Wow. Okay. And a 4 of spades on the river, which gives Alex a pair as well, or 2 pair actually, 7s and 4s. Ace kicker.
I mean, Leonard, though, does he want to rep that? Does he want to?
I mean, he have a lot of those cards like the 6s and stuff in his range, right? So it wouldn't surprise me if we see a jam here, and that would be very spicy indeed. Betting
goes the other direction, and interesting the sizing. Just realizing what he's repping and what it gets it done against. So he does bet and take it down. Leonard is now tied for the chip lead with Roman, and we're seeing some chips fly around. No one below 2 million 6-handed. Again, pretty unique distribution today on the stack sizes, and again, a treat for you. Hope you're enjoying watching. We're joined by Casino Daddy. That is Matias Joelsson in the building. He is a streamer, does it with how many of you are streaming on the channel now?
So it's me and my 2 siblings, Eric and Anton, and then we have 2 friends as well, or employees. So we are in total 5 streamers on the channel. And we recently had an 8-year anniversary as well.
Congratulations. Any Casino Daddy fans in the chat, let us know. We again have been a podcast. We have to do a new one, man. We gotta update things. You've won 7-figure scores, you're having babies, guys are making milestones. We should do we got to do a reunited one, maybe before the main event in Vegas.
For sure. I mean, always anything.
Awesome. And maybe we do a joint one with your brothers. That could be fun to do, like the 3 of you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's a tough one sometimes to come along, with your brothers and fighting and so on. But it's been working quite good for these 8 years, and I love it. Like talk the streaming still, because like connecting and talking to the viewers and stuff. It's one of the best things ever.
That's awesome. That is so, it's so cool to do it with your brothers too, to keep in touch and kind of keep you guys connected, but build a business and do it together. It's amazing. I'll tell you what else is amazing is Roman going for the full send 9-4 over the top, just absolute airball here. And Mark Radoja, who is known, I feel like he has so many final tables. He doesn't have a title. Both of these are my picks today. I guess whatever. If he calls, he'll have a lot of chips. This is a interesting spot. I mean, he doesn't have a diamond. He has a jack. He has a pretty good candidate to call, right? I mean, he blocks jack 9. He doesn't have a diamond. It's against the big blind. He does.
Yes.
He sorts it
Whoa,
out.
whoa.
He just says, tick box here, there, everywhere. I'm the chip leader. I want my GG Million title. Roman playing with that confidence has just taken down a $4 million live score in Triton. And Radoja is a spot. I have not seen him at this that I can remember. Chip leader at the GG Million final table. He does have a very impressive resume. As I mentioned, he came in second in chips today. No titles, but does have 9 million plus in GG earnings and Super Million, formerly Super Million, now GG Million. He has over almost 3 million and actually the second most in GG Million earnings.
For sure. And Roman putting max pressure against some other players. That play would have worked, right? But Mark, a beast and boss, finds the call, and now he's in the lead, right? So well played by Mark. It's tough, even with the top pair there, to pull it off. I would say. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that looking at the actual hand he had, it was easier to call with than some others if he had if he was blocking some of the bluffs, but he just had the jack that blocked the straight. He also he unblocked some of the likely bluffs, and he just decided that, that was good enough, but not an easy call. No doubt about it. Yeah, he has top pair, but he's going to lose. It's pretty polarizing. He's just losing. He's going to be out, or he's doubling, right? It's a player that's got sort of exactly that air, or someone that's got the made hand. So tough call.
Exactly.
Still tough call.
Yeah. He had a jack, as you said there, that was kind of blocking some straight combos and stuff. So
yeah, and didn't have a diamond, I believe it was missed as well. So like a couple things working in his favor.
And now we have some action blind versus blind again, with Alex Ponakov with the top pair and Pavel with the pair of fives. And Alex bets half pot-ish on turn. Will he continue with the 5? Mr. Pavel here. No, he makes the fold, and Alex takes down 400K.
Yep, another spot where close makes the right decision. Look at these hands, a lot of hands. King 9 suited, Queen 9 suited in the big, Ace Queen premium, King Queen off is another potential candidate to play. And this is we saw Brewer shove the Ace Queen off. A little different situation on who's opening. Does flat, makes sense.
Do we think Pavel is gonna follow up here with a call as well with King Queen off, or is he gonna lay it down on small blind?
I think
he's racing.
You're saying interesting. Yeah, I would have I'm curious always on the big blind play multi-way completing, and where Queen 9 suited seems like a nice complete, but the King Queen off goes for the squeeze here. Pavel, we were just saying, it's been quiet. Alexis though at the top of his flatting range, right? Pretty much. So this is interesting.
I like the play from Pavel here since it's off, right?
Yeah.
Then I rather like that 3-bet here. But now we also have Alex Ponakov with the Ace Queen, which only made the call, right, on the small min raise. So we see potentially a 4-bet here from Alex. I makes the fold, okay. And Pavel takes it down. Well played by Pavel.
Yeah, we're just saying he's been quiet. He just finds himself, gets him right back into it, sort of tied. Now Roman and him are your shortest, but again, not far away. Ponakov's just above that, and then it's tight the whole way through.
Ponakov wasn't happy about it. You could see the emotion. He pulled out the tilt there. But Pavel has been quiet for a while, and they respected his 3-bet there. Now we have a blind versus blind, both spades and both connected. Mark Rodoya with 9-10 and Leonardo with 8-7. Just makes the limp from Mark, and we have a kind of big bet from Leonard here, 320,000.
Yeah, a little surprised. 7-8 suited, maybe one you'd want to check back, right? It's such a nice looking hand, but he does go. He's chipped deep. He's tied essentially second in chips, right? And he's got position, so he does go ahead and inflate the pot. Where Doja is going to call, and again, this may work out well, right? On the as played with the 8 high, he's got the lead. He's got a couple back doors, and betting here 9-10 suited starts getting less attractive. You start talking about floating and getting cute, and it's just you have the chip lead, you got a position. You do have some turn cards that would be decent, but does get out of the way.
Mark completely missed the flop there. It's very hard to continue, even though he have some cards on turn that could help him, right? And then we have Leonard again with ace jack on small blind, and Takashev with 5-10 off. Just limping in here. Little sneaky from Leonard. Hoping for a bet here from Takashev, but we only see a check. Ace 3-6, 2 diamonds on the flop. Is he gonna do a little bet? He makes 80,000 into 220. And Takashev completely missed this flop. It's gonna be hard to continue.
It's funny though when you play, he's playing so. You gotta just say he's been playing so quiet now, and then he just sometimes you just go for this image sort of spot where he's just taking one. This is definitely out there though, right? This is just a complete Chance Kornuth feel play, hey, I'm going for the read, but he does get called, and Leonard the 6 pairs, and now Leonard is just. He's got the hand locked up if he's able to show it down, which he likely will. I don't think that this is one of those cards where he's going to start going telling the story, but let's see.
Yeah, he's thinking since Leonard just limped in, right? He most likely doesn't have too many aces. So I like the play, but Leonard takes it down here. and then some good play.
They're just rocking. Yeah, that's friendly fire or needling. I don't know, but either way, it is a pickup. And interesting, Leonard leads there, right? I kind of like it, right? He leads that 6 on the turn, and he could just let his opponent keep bluffing, but he goes ahead and leads out. Very, very, very nice line. Takes it. Blinds are 50, 100 now. Pretty easy to do the BBs, divide it, and see where everyone is at. So 50, is that 58 or 53? 5.3 million for Leonard. For Doja, 4.5. Everyone with a stack playable. Pavel on the short stack here, blind on blind, and likely a shove. What's it, 20, 22 effective? I guess is there a world where he limps or raise? I think he's probably, it's 23, right? Maybe just shove.
We could see there that it was love between them as well. So between Leonard and Takashev.
Yep. Yeah, Takashev he won again your EPT 1100 for 4,000 plus entries, took down over 500K, very impressive, and then also won a high roller, a 25K, and I don't know if he has a Hendon Mob I couldn't find, but again, knows how to play poker, battling here with a lot of the household names, and everyone here playing well, no doubt about it. Who do you think will win? Let us know in the chat. We have a wager for you guys, 50 or 100. It's my team versus Matias's team. My team will be 100. His will be 50. Who do you have right now? So I have Roman. I have Mark. Pavel is
Pavel.
Sorry.
Pavel I have, and Alex is out, I guess, right? And then Chris I had, that's also busted, right? So
yeah.
But did you have Leonard? You did, right?
Yeah. Ooh, couple pretty looking hands here.
Just makes the call though with ace 10. And now he gets a great price, Mr. Takashev, in the big blind as well. Queen deuce 7.
Takes into the lead, but it's going to be hard for him to show this down. Ace king suited in position, does have 2 overs, backdoor straight and nut flush draw. Let's see. There's Casino Daddy in the chat. There they are, massive team.
How long delay are we running, by the way? Or
we're not on delay, but the table I think is a 40-minute delay.
All right, okay. I love that they have, so the players can't go in and spectate the table itself, right? So they have to come to the stream, and which I love. That's a great concept. I mean, yeah, it's really good. Because otherwise it's a lot of spoiling and stuff, right? So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is nice. It's nice to how they do it.
Definitely.
We skipped the break. 35-minute delay is what it is.
King Jack versus 5 deuce here. Blind versus blind again. And Roman, that had a big stack, it's now down to 2 million. He doesn't love it, but definitely not over for him. Takashev hits the king on turn, but we'll see what happens here. So also 3 diamonds. He makes a bet, and Roman folds. Takashev in the button with king 5 suited, makes it 210,000. Roman had ace 10 off in the small blind. Most likely gonna see a 3-bet or maybe even an all-in here. Just completes with the call. Alex get a good price in the big blind with 8-9 off.
Yeah, these are the ones I've seen a lot more folds in these spots, but let's see if he's gonna with the 8-9 complete. He's covering the players, but I don't know. These seem seen a lot more folds, and here we go. He would have flopped really well, but even then, he's like still, it's just dicey. You're gonna get in some weird ones. What do you think there? Do you complete when you're covering and closing for that price, 100 to 1?
Most likely, I would, but this is also how you can lose the big ones, because you see Roman flopped an ace, and like 2 pair for him, and all of a sudden you go from lead to the bottom, right? So. I respect the fold there from Alex, definitely. What would you say there, Jeff? With the 8-9?
I'm noticing a lot more multi-way, much tighter completing. That's something I have noticed here a lot. So my gut would say to call, but I think that just what I've been seeing, I would think that I wasn't surprised to see him fold, and maybe I would lean more towards fold just based on what I'm noticing, and it seems to make a lot of sense, right? There was an example where you do smash the board, and it's like the price is so right, but you're just dominated a lot in these spots, and it's just hard to really get like a really good scenario. And here we're seeing some really big
hands
pairs here. This is going to be a nice spot for
Takashev with the kings. So Leonard under the gun open with jacks, and then we have Takashev with a 3-bet 570. Pavel with king queen on the small blind. Probably going to get out of this, and then we have Mark with 8 deuce off on the big blind. Do you think we're going to see an all-in here Jeff, or?
Yeah, I think he's just covering, and there's 2 million behind. Yeah, I think he's just going to surf it in and snap it off. They were just saying good play, and this is putting the 7 is reminding him that he was there. He's even here with the 7 in this moment. He is going to have to fade a J or a JL. He's energizing that. He's careful what you wait for. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Put it out there. He said it and it came, and that is a backfire, and now is so sick. It is, and that is big money we're talking about here in a knockout, and that is one you don't see very often, where you energize the other guy's card and it just comes on the river. And this is, again, look at these hands. This is like, this tournament could be over in a second. We got ace queen suited, ace jack, which you couldn't fault putting some money in, and then you got kings here, who is going to just take it up.
Wow, what a final table, Jeff. This is amazing.
This is a lot of action. This could unfold in a couple different ways. So we get the 700. Is Pavel going to get out of the way though with the 700 and then the rip? I mean, I guess so, right? Is he though? He's got such a huge win.
I mean, he haven't invested too much either with the the 200,000 in, right? Because Leonardo is gonna pretty much raise it up here, probably. It would be a very good play if you get out of this one by Pavel.
Yeah.
And what do you think about Mark, though? Now, when he see this, like...
Well, the interesting part is if Pavel folds, but if Pavel puts it in, obviously he's got to get out of the way. I mean, I just like, right, he'd make it 1.8 now. He's got 7. He just snap folds anyway. And Leonard is your leader right now. Leonard, the leader, he has got 9 million. He is running away out of nowhere. He just sort of took it over. He's had 2 4-to-1 binks though, to be fair, today. And he's also I think he's won, I believe he came in the second shortest stack. He had 34 big blinds. He also has 2 titles in this season from 5 final tables. So he is in good form right now, definitely running well, and again knows what he's doing, but it doesn't hurt to run well.
How long has this season been running now?
I mean, so this episode 49, I believe, is what. Technically, it's a good question though, because I know the cutoff. It's a good question, but this is episode 49.
So you've been with all these 49 episodes as well, or
on this season? So there's season 1, season 2, and then the season 2024 here, which encompasses some of 23 as well. So there's been, this is the upper right. I think it shows right there at the beginning of the show 49 episodes. He's made, the notes say here that he has played 9 times, and he has 5 final tables with 2 wins. So
that's some good stats.
Yeah, pretty good. There's also Pavel has played 20 times, has 12 final tables. Seems pretty crazy.
Wow.
With 1 win. Mentioned there were 4 winners. I think Roman also has 1 in season 2. And who's the other one? Pavel. Mark has not. Leonard's won twice. Roman's won. Pavel.
Alex.
And Alex has won. Yep. I think twice. Yep. 2 times as well. Yeah, these sound like literally the rank, the earnings in GG is Mark Radoja's got 9.3 million. Pavel has 8 million, about the same he has live. 10.6 million for Roman. And 7.7 for Leonard, and 11 million for Panikov. So a lot of earnings, a lot of experience.
Definitely.
And
you have seen Niklas Östedt, Lena 900, a lot on the tables as well, I can imagine. A little fellow Swede. Together with C. Darwin, right?
For sure. Pavel has got 12 final tables. That is confirmed. And here we go. Leonard again, 9.5 million. Radoja. Got to be a little frustrating for Radoja. I think his image is generally a little tighter. Like in general, he plays, he gets deep, he's snug, but he's opening up his game. You see him playing Jack 8 suited, runs in the top of range, opens King 9 suited in a good spot in this situation and gets attacked right away, right? He probably feels like he's getting played back up, but these players have had hands. And here, it's actually a little unfortunate too, because he's got a pretty good hand considering the chip leader is going to open so wide here.
Yeah, but he had good hands both times, right? Maybe Mark is gonna.
Oh,
whoa! Here we go.
This changes things.
Flops the top 2 for Mark, and Leonardo with the top pair. Good kicker, queen. It's gonna make a bet there on the flop. Will Mark call, or will he 3, or will he raise, you think?
It's interesting. Interesting though, because like the thing that I like not check raising, because you got to think what draws, like what would he be check raising there? Is he going to check raise ace jack? You know, does he have ace king even that he would just call to sort of pot control pre and then start check raising? It's like, what is he check raising? But, you know, as it turns out, this now though, on this turn, when I think Leonard's going to probably feel still very comfortable, see what Mark does, because there's a lot of draws now.
I mean, a check raise there on the flop is kind of draw heavy, right? So, but a big bet here, pot bet from Leonard on the turn, because all of the draws that is there. And Mark loves this, of course, with the ace 10 top 2, just tanking a little bit.
Question is, will he shove, or how big? Maybe 1.8 or 2 million? Just make it like huge, or does it just at this point maybe? Honestly, shoving makes some sense. It's a lot out there, and like, what are you gonna, you know? Do you just, yeah, he just rips it in, and Leonard, I mean, you don't like this. You don't like it. There's a lot of draws. You have ace queen. You really don't like feel great about what's going on. Honestly, I think you could find a hero fold, but like there is so many draws. You start saying, talking to yourself, what does he do with like, you know, what if the guy has ace 3 of clubs or whatever, some kind of combo draw or pair flush draw, or I mean that's sort of what it is though, or you're beat to 2 pair.
He doesn't love it for sure. It's a very tough spot for him to make the call here, because there is like a lot of 2 pairs, right? And a lot of stuff that beats him. He does make the call.
And he is in bad shape. A world of it needs that lady on the river or else, and it is a 8, and that is 8. Mark Rideau. I said it earlier. I felt like today was his day. Still a lot of poker to play. 6 left. He is in first though, and he has got a big stack, and he is in a great position. But man, what a swing there, and that is a nice
pot for him. And now he had the chip lead all of a sudden, right? So. He's in a good spot now. And now the ICM as well, the stacks are smaller, and the ICM is getting more crucial as well.
Yep.
The 2 million stacks. And now maybe we're going to see some bullying from Mark here, I would imagine, and being the biggest stack as well.
Yeah, I mean, he still does have 60 blind Leonard directly on his left, but yes, he has got the chip lead. He can put pressure. There's a lot of spots he gets to open first in, and he is in charge all of a sudden for sure. He's also been opening already fairly wide today, so I think we will see that. Pavel feeling good, shortest stack, 8s, 5-handed, opening onto the gun. Pretty straightforward, does take it down.
He haven't had much cards to play, I would say, Pavel here. This final table, unfortunately. But he takes down that pot and now up on 1.7 mil. Mr. Leonard with pocket 5s against Mark under the gun, open, king, queen off. Makes the call, of course. You have a stack to do some set mining. And we have ace 4 from Alex in the small blind. It's out of the way, and king 9 folds as well. 10 ace 4 on the flop. Gut shot straight draw from Mark, and Leonard with the 5s. Makes the check there from Mark.
Yeah, both players okay with. Well, I shouldn't say okay with it. Both players have a little something going. The nut draw gut shot, the king queen high, and a pair of 5s though. Debating what to do here. We also interesting to note that the shot clock, everyone pretty healthy except Roman, who's at minute 32. 5's gonna go ahead and bet. Pretty big, over half pot.
Mark makes the call. 10 of spades on the turn. Probably gonna makes the check mark. Will Leonard pull off another bet here on turn, you think?
I would have thought. I would have thought maybe not. Don't think that makes a ton of sense. You know, it's like you're gonna bluff an ace there, or the guy has a 10, potentially called you. I guess there are some gut shots get to go, but this is a pretty nice river. If you weren't sure, you're feeling good now.
Gonna be hard for him to get much more out of Mark, I guess, but he makes the boat on the river with 5s over 10s. Big bet as well on the river from Leonard.
The interesting part, Mark doesn't think long though. It is curious. You know, he could consider. I still, it'd be quite a hero call. But I'm saying there is hands you beat considering the line. He's willing to bet that he doesn't have a 10 most likely, right? So it's kind of a weird line to then bet like that on the river. But as played, Mark gets out of the way, and he still is your chip leader, but tied now with Leonard basically.
And then here we have some blind versus blind again. Pavel with 8-10 off and Mark with king 3 off. Queen ace 7 on the flop. Mark with a little bet. Betting 100,000 into 262. And Mark gets out of the way. Nice little pot for Pavel to pick up. And Alex Ponakov with jacks here on the cutoff. Makes it 200,000. Mark Rodoya with ace 9 off in the small blind.
Ooh, Radoja. Definitely, you know, this is one you could put pressure on because the other stacks, right? The 3 stacks that are short, it's like the big jump. Look at the payouts on your screen. If you see that with 5 left, I mean, obviously Jacks is too high up, gonna just rip this on him, but it's gonna work a lot. And 148 guaranteed, and even third, right? It's like 100,000 jump between the to go. You can say, let's just assume these guys have 1-2 locked up, which is, you know, not obviously not how it works, but let's just say the other 3 are really fighting for jumps at the moment, being shorter and having their work cut out. He's putting pressure on Ponakaz. And again, timing for Radoja, it did work that ace 10 to ace queen. He got a nice situation in double, but a lot of times he's kind of 3-bet, right? He's running the top of range, ran into kings. He 3-bet ace jack off in the small blind. He's actually even behind ace queen of diamonds on the button. He opens, you know, he's 3-bet a few times. He's kind of got played back out because people have had top of the range. So he's picked some spots and just timing wise hasn't gone great.
Oh, it's a lot about the timing and
yeah.
And yeah, here we have Alex with queen 10 suited. Flop is ace queen king. Makes a middle or bottom pair. And Leonard with jack 8 offsuit. Little gut shot straight draw.
Yep.
Makes it 1/3 here on the flop. And Alex here with the bottom pair doesn't gonna love it, but he also had a gut shot straight draw, right? So he makes the call. 9 of hearts on the turn. Is he gonna pull off another bet here?
Yeah, I mean, kind of realizing too, there's definitely some like king 10, queen 10, you know, king jack, queen jack type hands that could be there, but also you're just in bad shape versus a lot. He does check back. $1 million in the middle. Panakovs has the winner. No one has a heart. Backdoor hearts come to possibility as, let's see though, Panakovs, does he want to put a little blocker out there? Just check, no heart in his hand, and Leonard may just white flag this as played, but he has got pretty much a loser. He can know that if he checks.
Oh, there's a lot of hand. We will probably give this one up. But I mean, he could also make a big bet, I guess, or a little bet. He have the stack for it, and he's kind of putting pressure, right? But this time he makes the check, and Alex takes it down. Roman with ace deuce on the button. Makes it 240,000. Alex with king 10 off in the small blind.
Yep, taxi cab. Houston listeners out there know what I'm talking about. King 10. This is a hand commonly referred to that way. And
I remember you had like calling the ambulance or something in your stream. Yes. What was
taxi.
that?
This one's a taxi, but yeah, this is gonna force a fold. Gonna execute the hand perfectly. Nice pickup there. 4 million too. As we mentioned, Panakaz was your shortest one. Now he is in third. Healthily, as we got two players, Roman and Pavel, that are battling at the bottom here. And again, last week, yeah, Matias was there. If that was Joelsson at the final table, took fourth place, 194K. Again, almost spot on the same payout as this week. So very familiar with the situation and where he was. Any hands you would have played differently or thinking about that you were surprised by other players last week? Anything stand out?
I made a set on turn while the other guy made a flush, which where I lost a lot of chips in. But I don't know if I can get out of that hand, really. Yeah. And then I was a little bit carded in general, I think. But of course, I'm happy since I only did one satellite of $1,000. So I can't really complain. But of course, you're always gutted when you go out, right? And you want more. And yeah, but all in all, I'm happy with the end result. I was kind of, there was this big GGMillions recently where it was 1 million to the winner. I was really close on making it to the day two in that one as well, like 1 or 2 spots off or something.
Yeah,
it was a big one.
Well, you took down, as it mentioned in your resume there, you took down 1.1 million from a 1,500 before. You've played a bunch of poker and you know your way around the GG streets. As here, Leonard kind of in an annoying spot where he's like never ahead, but he could be flipping, doing okay against hands like this. And Roman gonna 3-bet not all in, although it's Leonard's considering to roll the dice here.
We might see another race here.
Yeah, he's got a hand that plays like it's marginal spot, right? You're putting all of a sudden you have a min raise, now you're going to risk another 1 point. He just calls, and so interesting. He decides not to go all in, and that's a peculiar way to play it. But actually, in some respects, maybe interestingly, like a board like this, he can just decide, hey, like I'm getting out. The downside of that though is when your opponent has like, I don't know, a certain pair somewhere you don't get to realize all your equity and you get off it. As it turns out, ace 3 flops it and probably, let's see, we'll see, a minute 20 on his shot clock, a minute 19. He's doesn't want to waste too much time here, but he is checking. There are a bunch of hands that his opponent's going to have 0% on. There are sometimes going to give a free flush draw potential, but here he does have as a player with no outs, and this is
another ace on the river. Maybe he saved himself 560,000. I'm thinking.
Does he just bet small here, like 200, 150, try to get called by king high or like a pair of, I don't know, probably not a pair, right? No.
Saves 20,000, and Leonard folds. So. Good pot for Roman. He's kind of up to 2.4 milli again, which is not the lowest or the smallest stack Pavel has with 1.4. And then we have Mark and Leonard with almost around 5-6 million.
Yeah,
Pavel defends king 9 here off against Mark that opens under the gun with jack 10 off. Makes a small bet on the flop as well. Not the best flop for Pavel here with the king 9. 8 queen on the flop. He makes the raise though to 300,000. And Mark completes and makes the call. 4 of clubs on the turn.
Yeah, I mean, this is if you're Pavel, this is not a great situation. You are actually in the lead. But let's see if Mark decides to, with as played, take a shot here and semi-bluff, and he is going to do that. Interesting line. I mean, if you're Pavel, you got king 9 here. It's like you actually block some of those hands like those gutters, right? The jack 9, jack like 9, 10. So it's the hands that you're beating. It's pretty. There's not many as played, and well played by Mark there. You showed
and it shows. Yeah, he did. Well played by him.
Oh, and then gets to get queens. But Leonard with 4s going to fold. Very interesting.
Quickly fold that one as well with the 4s.
Pavel, this is going to just go in, and this is going to be instant call. Advantage, Mark could be down to 4. We're currently 5-handed. The top set looks likely. There is that's the card to put us back into a possibility for Pavel. Needs help, river. If it's time, it's not. It is a double. It's a knockout, I should say, a pickup for Mark. He is going to get golfer claps all around. Respect for Pavel. Another score. Again, 12 final tables. GG Millions this season. Really ridiculous.
Yeah.
For the player there, Pavel, who, again, needs no introduction, has proven himself online and live, winning main events across the world and showing us that he plays a very strong brand of poker. 4-handed now. We'll cue a giveaway soon.
Well played by Pavel. He wasn't really lucky with the cards, but definitely well played by him. And what a player. And we have pocket 4s on the button by Leonard here, and Alex Ponakov with king 9 off. Defense. 10-8 ace on the flop, 2 diamonds. Quickly check and back to Leonard in action. Makes a bet, and Alex quickly get out of it. And Leonard takes it down.
Yeah, 4-handed here. I'm going to cue the giveaway. Give me 1 sec. Let me get that
So
up there.
how much are we looking at now at 4th place? Fifth place was 148,000, right?
Yeah, so 4th is 189. Like last week, what'd you get? You got 194, so almost the same.
Almost the same. It's pretty sick that it almost makes it double the guaranteed as well, right? What do you say about that? It's like 1 million guaranteed, and it's almost making it to 2 million every time, it feels like, which is amazing, I think.
Yeah, it's in great shape. Again, I think online poker is just really showing that live and online, and numbers are up. It's really amazing what's going on. Very bullish on it, and excited to see that the game's growing. And again, new formats. There's always going to be new kind of games. There's PLL, there's 5-card, there's 6-card PLL, there's bounties, there's mystery bounties. There's a lot of different variations to the game, but it's in some ways it's refreshing. Some ways you watch these guys and how good they are, and you're like, man, this is tough, right? Like you got to really bring your A game. There's guys playing great, but it's great. I think poker's in great state. What's your thought on it? Is it growing in Sweden?
I don't know about how it is, but I think I would say so. But I think like in general, like with the EPT, VPT, and like WSOP, like it feels like it's breaking record every year, right? More entries and larger prize pools, etc. So I love to see it. But I mean, we recently had 2 the government owns the casinos in Sweden, right? And we only had like one in, what was it, Malmö, Gothenburg, and Stockholm, and then they had one before in Sundsvall that they closed down a long time ago. And now recently they also closed down the one in Malmö and in Gothenburg. So we will only have one casino left in the capital, which is Stockholm, in the whole country, you know. So, but online, of course, that's what killing kind of the land-based, I think, you know.
Calls, interesting spot, open-ended and a gut shot. Fives are 7, 8, 9, ace 6 for Radoja. I mean, this is an important pot. 2.1 in the million. These are your chip leaders, 1 and 2 against the other two guys, 3 and 4. This is going to be interesting how it is maneuvered by Leonard, who 7, 8, 9, you got fives, like it's sort of middling spot, right? You're like, okay, this could be worse against the overpair. I'm still got a gut shot most of the time, and I could just have the best hand. He does. And Radoja, as played, he's sort of, you know, he's semi-bluffing. He's messing around. He does flop some equity. He's got a key card there. And a 7 pairs the board. More money in the middle. More implications on this chip lead of this situation. The other two shorter stacks looking on intently if there's a way this could get in. But let's see if Leonard's going to check and decide on the river or if he's going to.
Huge pot, 3,200,000 here. And no one really have anything.
Yeah.
Or they have anything, but they have something. But there is a spicy card on the board, at least. An ace on the river, which gives Mark the lead now. From having a open-ended to the pair of ace, and he's have some showdown, so he's happy to check it over to Leonard. A big bet from Leonard here. What would you do with an ace? Yeah, he's checking it. And
yep, there he goes. Radoja closing on 10 mil, has a big gap now for the difference here between first and fourth. You can see over 200,000. So a lot to play for, a lot of money on the line. Leonard going to get a walk here as Panakov's again was the shortest stack. He's asserted himself into third, 4 left. Pretty good showing from him. That's what the best seem to do.
Yeah, he's been playing very good, Alex. And he have a decent stack now as well. Came as a short stack, but now he are up on 3.5 million. Mark's gonna open here with a6 off. And Alex with 10-9 suited in the big blind. Makes the call, but it's all spades on the flop. And Mark with a pair of sixes, most likely gonna make a little bet here on this monotone board. Makes it big, large, 420, and Alex quickly get rid of it, out of it.
Yeah, nice again. Recognizing the ICM is at a heavy juncture. Also needs protection. That hand, he's not necessarily bluffing, although there are a lot of bad cards for his hand, as we see Panakov's with a 6-9 suited. Blind on blind, gonna limp in. Radoja, the suited ace, nice hand, four-handed, big. Oh, I gotta cue the giveaway here. Give me a sec, guys. Again, hit the thumbs up. That's the first part. We're gonna hit the keyword. Let's do it. We'll do a GGPoker. Oh, wait a sec. Since we're a little deeper, we can wait. But I'll tell you what it's gonna be. It's gonna be for the $50 or $100 giveaway, and the tweet is out again. Jeff Gross Poker pin tweet, you guys. $50 cash there. Radoja does shoot it up, and Panakov's not gonna limp peel there. Does have a little lead on third. The jumps are, you know, it's big money. What, 65K for the next jump, and then, or is that right? I'm sorry, from fourth, okay, it's 52K, and then it's 65. But yeah, lot to play for here. Big jumps for sure.
Yeah, and Mark with the big stack is most likely going to put a lot of pressure here now, and it's and Leonard, of course, with twice Roman stacks. Probably gonna be a little bit passive here, I would imagine, with the big pay jumps. So we'll probably see a lot of openings with from Mark here. 5-2 this time, but we have Alex first. That makes a little raise to 350. And Roman with deuces in the big blind. Makes the all in. All in. Quickly fold, Alex.
Ace-9. So yeah, a little flip there. Now they're basically tied in third. Ace-King premium hand where Doja going to be opening super wide. Ace-Deuce definitely qualifies four-handed. Leonard also a playable hand with four left. He is going to open. You almost could tell he doesn't like want to open. He knows it's like I'm supposed to, but just, you know, it's just not a pretty looking hand. And there it is. Gets jammed on. He will quickly fold.
We can't make the call there with ace deuce off. But he still loves being in the lead with that stack, even though he makes some folds here with when he opened, right, Mark? Ace-9 for Roman here. Under the gun, gonna open. And then we have 8-7. Leonard in the big blind makes the call. Flops a 7. 7-3-5. 2 hearts on the flop. Have top pair here. Leonard gonna lead actually. 175 into 700,000. And now Roman with the backdoor flush, not flush draw. There's a 10 of hearts on the turn, and now he have a not flush draw.
Yep, this is a little something for everyone. Roman is covered, gonna get checked back to check to him, decide if he wants to put pressure or take a free one here. Again, big ICM implications, so does check in a 10. Nice welcome card for Leonard, who had a 7. Unlikely player has a 10. Flush you would have heard about. And Roman has got 1 minute on his chess clock, and Leonard thinking about if he needs to bet or not, or should he value.
I guess he should value a little bit, right? Target 3s and 5s.
Yep.
He makes a little bet here as well. Will ace high call though? Or even raise?
Yeah, it's interesting about raising. You know, would you check back to not flush on the turn? But now the board pairs, and again, it's just it's a lot of different situations. This is not the first stage of a tournament. This isn't in a rebuy period. This is a final table. There is ICM, and you know, it's people are a little bit different styles of play. So it's important to know also who is. You know, Leonard also doesn't seem afraid, and you got to know your opponents. That's why it's so fun poker about the exploits as well as the you know, GTO versus exploits, and again, these players play a lot. They battle with each other a lot, and there it is, the ace-3 off. Gonna shove it in, take it down. Roman was chip leader for a while. He is hanging in, but work cut out. Everyone chasing Radoja right now.
There's the ICM pressure, of course, that makes them more honest. He had a blocker with the blocking the ace, but there was also paired on the board. So, and here we have blind versus blind again, with Alex with King 7 versus Jack 3 in the big blind from Mark. He just limps in and check from Mark. Do 2 deuce 8-9, 2 clubs on the flop. No one with have any pair. Mark bets 140 into 350,000 here. Alex makes the call and a deuce of hearts on the turn. quickly checks over to Mark again. Will he fire another bet here is the question.
Oh, not when you need it. There you go. Jack on the river, check back, hit your jack. King 7 now. Was definitely a card doesn't love, right? If he's good. There's some other hands that now he lose to straight wise. Jack is definitely not one of the better ones. Panakov's considering his options.
Probably gonna get out of this one. He had the backdoor flush and the backdoor straight, right? But now, what can he do with King 7 off here? Not much. I would imagine, but you never know, right? He makes the fold.
Yeah.
Mark takes it down. Spicy this one, maybe ace queen on the button and jack queen off on small blind, ace 3 off on big blind. What do you say here, Jeff?
Yeah, this is likely going to be what min raise. Radoja can again put a lot of pressure. I just don't know if he's gonna. Okay. Well, he committed. I guess just interesting that he just decided that it was. I guess doesn't want to play around. And it's also the plus on doing that too is you sometimes trap in some strong hands, right? Like ace jack, or you get some decently. You also force some folds for some maybe lower pairs that might rip on your open. So there is some benefit to just pushing it in there.
Yeah, hard for him to like with the smallest stack playing into the biggest 2 stacks, right? So I really like that play because a lot of times he's gonna open and then he's gonna get a big 3-bet on him, right? Max pressure. So I do like that play a lot, actually, from Alex.
Take it down, Roman. Takes it down. He is going to push up. I've invited Mark. Actually, all these guys, Panakovs, I've spoken to about coming on. Radoja would love to have on. Again, such an impressive resume on GG Millions. And maybe the day where he actually gets it done. Leonard Mao also, I know, is regarded as such a talent. So all 4 of these guys. I get reached out to a fair amount now about coming on as guests of the GG Million. So anyone here of these guys watching want to come on, I don't connect with or talk to regularly, but would be. It's always fun to see people play on here and then talk about some hands or just they know the other players so well, because it is usually like what 120 to 200 person field. So you do battle a lot with the same guys, and it is fun to chat about different final tables and moments and plays, and there's so many though. They do start blending together, but today we've had some standout plays and standout calls as well, and also some pretty crazy runouts, honestly. Like we've seen some couple 2-outers today for big money implications. Leonard again, 2-time champion, but has gotten some good runouts and sort of cooler the jacks to kings. That's just unlucky, but then got lucky the run out.
Yeah, definitely. It's been an amazing final table so far, I would say. Here we have quite a big pot, the big stacks again, battling. Mark with the king 8 suited and Leonard with the ace 10, top pair for Leonard here.
Yeah, I like Mark coming out here. He's definitely got some hands some turn cards that he can keep firing, and he is going to bet into top though, 9-10 deuce. And Leonard realizing too, ICM, he's sort of now a little shorter and he's in that thing and just doesn't want to mess around. So he does just surf it in, and you also again you can find some scenarios where you cooler someone there where you king 10 or queen 10 maybe somehow decided to hero it off, but you also protect against draws, and he just decided that my 5 million is valuable. I don't want to play around. I'll take my 5 mil, be in second, and try to let the other guys have to sort of squirm around here. As you can see the 4-5 going to open and bet. Mark Radoja taking his chip lead and exercising the option, coming with a very wide open range, and both players going to pair the 4 here. Roman not going to fold for that price with a pair and see at least one. And he's actually going to turn and raise. Very, very interesting.
That's very impressive. Actually, pull that off. And Mark actually calls, and there is a 10 of spades on the turn. Is he going to fire off another bet here on turn, Mark? Then he mostly likely take it down, but... I mean, he has the stack for it, but he makes the check, and there's a 10 of hearts off on the river. showdown is for Roman's favor here with the kicker with the aces, but we'll see if Mark makes the bet here on the river. He makes the check, and Alex takes it down. Or Roman, sorry.
Yeah, Roman going to pick that up. Important pot, 4 million now, very close to Leonard. Where Dozier going to fold there.
Kings on the button there for Leonard as well. And Roman with the ace-3 suited. And he makes the 3-bet here to 910k. Is he calling or is he all in?
We've been seeing them not really get so trappy with this ICM. I think normally you might see some traps in different scenarios, but with the other stacks so similar, I think you just kind of think you might get a guy that just has a real hand that you're gonna get it in with, but also against a hand like that ace-3 suited, still so much equity, you don't really want to invite in that moment to have that. I mean, I'm sure some players would trap, right? Not 100% to just rip it, but it seems like the players are not really playing around at the moment with the ICM and being trappy.
Which makes sense as well, right? There's quite big pay jumps, like 50 and 65k, and so
yeah, big jumps, 50 plus, 60 something plus. There's on the 66,000 on third to second, and then we got a 52 right now. So big, a lot of buy-ins. Think about buy-ins when you're playing, because of course it's a lot of money, but it is a 10k buy-in. So 5 buy-ins for this jump, 6 for the next, and then the heads-up match will be 85, so 8.5 buy-ins as well. A lot of hearts in the chat. Appreciate you guys. Going to give you a shot at the 50 or 100 here. You got to hit that thumbs up and then type in the keyword. We'll get that for you when we get down to 3-handed, as well as the Twitter giveaway coming up here. So that is a lot to play for. We got Casino Daddy, Matias, Joelsson in the building, one of the 3 brothers on Casino Daddy. I know they were streaming today, hopefully tuning in on the stream as well. I know you guys, do you stream on Twitch, YouTube, and do you stream anywhere else as well, or is it
we do stream on this new platform called Kick, but I mean, we are not really pushing or promoting or anything like that, you know. So our main sites, I would say, is YouTube and Twitch. Our Twitch is bigger than YouTube, but yeah.
This is not a great river here for Leonard. I mean, he's got the ace king, but there's a lot going on. You lose to Jack X, which that is the case. You lose to a 9. You lose to some other hands as well. There's a variety.
So a jack, right?
Yeah, any jack, and that's decides to be enough. And Leonard makes a good fold there. 9 is shown from Roman, and ace 5, king jack, and Panakov's. Does he want to just rip it? Not really min raise and buy a 3-bet. Does he just shove? He is the shortest. He is going to do it.
Quickly get out of it though. He takes it down. It's like, what does he have? Like 12. Big blind is 140. So with pocket kings picking up from Alex here. Just min raising.
Definitely just snap shoves. And Alex, from the back of the pack, can he hold? He would have been your 9th into a very healthy, but we've seen a lot of binks today, a lot of hands from behind. Can he fade that next card? Will Roman get there? 6s, kings, needs a 5 or a 6 on the river, and it is a 4. That is a lock the doors. That is a double and a full-on comeback. This guy has been unbelievable. Are we really going to fade the dinner? No one's going to win a dinner. That's what we do. It's unprecedented because there's only 7, so we didn't want to have 4 and 3. Panakov's is in it to win it. He is basically tied for second. Roman now has his work cut out for him, but hey, don't count him out. Hit a $4 million score live this year. He has done a lot of really just become a household name in poker, and really appreciate him being on the GG Millions before. So this is
if he had just had a little bit bigger stack, I would have snap picked Panakov's, right? But he didn't really have the odds on his favor, right? With that small starting stack. So,
yeah.
But he could definitely win this now when he's worked it up to 4 million.
Yeah.
And Roman being the shortest with not many blinds.
He is certainly in it. That is now a wide open. It is available for everyone, even Roman's short, but anyone can get it done. We've seen comebacks before. It happens frequently, and it is not over. Jack 10 too. He does have the best hand. No one putting any money in the middle here.
A chip and a share. That's what they say, right? So
it's a real thing. It's a real thing. Jack 10 gonna go put a little bet out here. And takes it down. 8160. Blinds are up. I mean, Roman, yeah, short, but one double. You double against someone out in the blinds. You get the extra money in the middle. You double up. You have 2 million. Like, it's just not like a crazy ask at this point. Still well in the game. Needs some help though. 7 deuce not going to do it. For Doja, ace jack off. See what kind of sizing he comes with here.
Yeah. Does he play the 7 deuce suited? He does. And he finds the top pair as well. Not bad. And there we have the all-in instantly, and the 7 deuce in the lead.
Was in the lead. That is not how you draw it up. Turn needs help. 5 outs want to come now. He gets put behind in a 4, and that's a bit of a tough run out again, Roman. Some had to give. All great players, especially the 4 remaining, and that is going to be Radoja at 10.7 million. We're 3-handed. We're going to cue the giveaway, and it's going to be GGPoker space Casino Daddy, and then inserts your GGPoker username. So we'll put that in there, and we'll get that for you guys. And if you don't have a GGPoker username, you can put a friend's. You know, sure you know someone that plays, gift it to them, split it with them, however you want to do it. Good luck, and that is the keyword: GGPoker.
Good luck, everyone.
Daddy. Space insert GGPoker username. And what are we playing for? You have. Wait, is this over? Is it literally you're like you need a free roll? You need Panikov to come back and win, and then no one wins? That's the sweat we have right now.
Yeah, I was trying to be quiet, not saying anything, but I think you won this one, yeah.
Well, it's not over.
But maybe since I'm the guest, maybe I get Alex now. Since I'm the guest.
That's it. Well, I'm giving. I mean, it's a push. If he wins, it's a no. It's a no win. Yes, that's true. That is a no win. It's not. I don't win because I have my last guys. They have to win. So, you know, true. He's what's his percentage? He's not like. I mean, it's pretty. What would you say? He's going to win 20%, 25% of the time.
Yeah, probably right.
Yeah, it's about right. If you say
241K locked up for 3rd place now as well. And then we have 2nd place 307, and the winner takes down 392,000.
Yeah, playing for some
nice
right here. We are officially 2 hours 15 minutes in. Hope you're enjoying the show. Let us know you're watching from Sweden in the house, Miami in the house, and we are here. We had Benjamin Raleigh from Ben CB. Raise Your Edge in the building. He stopped by. He's literally here. I thought we were going to get him again. Maybe he took a nap. I don't know what he's doing, but he is not around at the moment. We are going to have to take it home with the 2 of us, as right now Mark Radoja looking to get that elusive GG Millions title. Panikovs and Mao have won, so we'll see either 3-time champ for one of these guys or a first time for Radoja. Appreciate everyone watching, hitting that thumbs up as well. That's part of the giveaway. Got about 1,000 on watching. We're gonna see a champion today. We're gonna see a new potential champion in Radoja. He's got the chips in order right now, but no easy guarantee, as he's gonna come out swinging 3x here. And Leonard with the ace, gonna rip it, and Radoja gonna fold there.
He definitely have the stack to win it, right?
Yeah,
almost 12 million, and he's gonna put a lot of pressure here, which I would imagine with that stack and the big pay jump. So he's most likely going to increase his lead here in a couple of hands. Unless they pick up some good cards, that is.
On the cows, could he be thinking about a raise here with the big little split? I like that, right? Defending, you know, like his range is so wide, Radoja's, and then you're just going to get outplayed when you miss. It's also doesn't play great. Maybe you force some slightly better hands to fold somehow too. They're opening that could dominate you. So a lot of benefit from that. Really well played. I like that choice with that hand there. And again, timing's so huge, right? Radoja just happens to have airball, but he takes it down and chips up a bit. As here he will defend, I would imagine, covering 10-3 suited. Does that, whiffs, both players don't connect.
I've seen that many times, you know, like you having such a big lead and you start like opening and bullying, and then all of a sudden it just takes a turn, you know, because the timing and people and the players picking up good hands and stuff, and all of a sudden you go from the ship leader to last. So you got to know what to do here when you're putting this pressure on. Let Mark up on 12 million now and makes a 3x bet into Leonard, which quickly folds, and he picks up another pot here. King deuce, he most likely suited is going to open as well, I would imagine. And we actually have a little hand here on Leonard on small blind, Jack Queen suited.
Some pretty hands, yeah, all suited. Queen Jack suited, just going to stick it in. Takes it down. Yeah, no one said it'd be easy. Radoja not going to get to run away here with this for sure. It's not just to get to just take it down. He does actually have both the stacks in a good spot though. He can certainly put a little extra pressure, leverage that. We said the jump 66,000 and change. So he can definitely be aggressive, but these guys aren't afraid. And again, these are definitely two opponents you're not going to get to just walk over.
No, definitely. They showed some that they're not going to fold. So they're playing good so far. They're not going to be played around by the big stack they've shown. And maybe Mark is going to slow down a little bit now as well when he's seen that they are not folding. Makes a fold quickly there. Blind versus blind, Leonard with queen 8 in the small blind and queen 6 with from Alex in the big blind. Leonard with the big bet. And the suited queen 6 for Alex. Will he make the call here?
Yeah, I think so. Nice playability. Queen 6 suited. Closing action, got a guy that's going to be very much so. Wow, and just that was surprising. The shove is surprising. Nice play. Again, showing you it's nice to see whenever you got guys doing stuff that you know at the top of the game, and they do stuff that you're not really expecting. It's good. It's interesting, and you want to take notes and say why and why are they doing that? And that was a nice shove.
Definitely. There's no room for him to make some, like either he has it or he doesn't, right? So I love that play by Alex. Now with 7s there on the button against 8 deuce off from Leonard in the big blind. Jack 4-10, 2 diamonds on the flop, king of spades on turn. Leonard checks and Alex as well. Ace of diamond on the river. That also kind of kills the action a little bit. It's already dead though, but they check it down, and 7s is going to take it home for Alex. Mark with some bad cards, folding quickly. 4 deuce off. Leonard in small blind with 8-9. limps in, and ace-9 off for Alex in the big blind, which most likely gonna want some more money in this pot.
Yep. 480, a little more, maybe even all of it. He's just sending it in.
All.
That is all of it. The full ship right there. And Leonard getting a bit shorter now. He is under 20 bigs. And Panakov's is tangoing. And you can kind of feel it, right? Like Panakov's is, I think Radoja's gearing up for potentially a battle here. I mean, again, Leonard can't count out, two-time champion. Live results very impressive as well. And he is going to be hoping to get to heads up. Of course, this is another spot. Radoja steps out with the 10 deuce off and right into top pair, king 9 now.
Top pair for Alex here with the king. You see Leonard grinding a lot online, a lot of time. I see him on the tables. So, but he is a little bit short, but definitely can't count him out. Bet from 10 deuce here, Mark. And this Alex likes, I would imagine, with the top pair tanking a little bit. Gonna raise it up to 720,000. And Mark with a bluff here quickly gets out of the way. And a big pot for Alex, 1.6 to take it down.
Yeah, so he's less than 2-1 now, right behind Mark. He's got 6. Mark has 10 or 11, so a little less than that. And he's going to go to work. King 7 suited. Leonard going to fold. 2.7 million. Here we go, guys. 3-handed giveaway is live. GGPoker space Casino Daddy space your GGPoker username. That is the keywords. And can we get a limp here from Leonard? It would work probably. You might get a shoot up with the 9-3 off. I think that I would like to see it, but let's see. And of course, when we can see the cards, but he does go and raise. I'm a little surprised that he doesn't limp with this.
Alex has some good momentum, though. Maybe he's going to get out of this. But also, he's been aggressive and it's been working, so maybe he's going to pull off another one here. It would be bad if he makes the all-in like he have in the past, but he makes the fold. Very, very good. That could have been ugly if he made that jam again, right? So ace-3 for Alex this time in the small blind. Mark with the queen deuce off makes the check and flops the top pair. 6-3 queen, 2 diamonds. Alex checks and Mark also checks the top pair.
Yeah, hard to make a pair and hold them. Both players doing so. Queen with the top pair, weak kicker, ace-3, bottom pair, strong kicker, and a diamond to boot. Little extra something. So he is going to come on and bet, takes it down. So Radoja, see if he can get a hold of this. See if he can get separation here. Hasn't really happened. Hasn't given up much ground, but he had both players about 4 million now. He's got 6 and 3. So he's given up a few chips, but still plenty of a lead. Let's see, closing or not. Who do you like Radoja to win? Do you think he's got him today, Matias? I mean, that's a nice, you got to say 3-hand. It's a nice lead. You got more than both players combined, but Panakov's feels dangerous right now.
Yeah, he does, and he feels like he has some good momentum going with like making some good plays and folds in the right time and so on. But we're not there yet. I mean, Leonard could make the comeback as well, for sure. Here we have Queen 10 versus Queen 8. And Leonard is going to lead with 278,000 into 1.1 million.
Yeah, he's got no backdoor flush draw. He does have the jack, the 9, some cards that could be good. He does call with the best hand on a board that is pretty tricky. He does get binked. I mean, really kind of nasty turn there, right? A lot of cards maybe Leonard shuts down, or even just, you know, some other hands that he might continue and he calls again. And that is now a spot where the 8 Probably feeling pretty good.
Only king and that beats him kinda, so he makes another bet on the turn. 700,000 into 1.6 million.
And you can just see how curious Panakov's is. His instinct's just so spot on, right? He's like, he had him beat, and now somehow the 8 just changes things, but he's still so skeptical. And I mean, I don't see how he could continue here though. And you know, even he wanted to. His instincts were spot on. But Leonard now 4 million, 5 million, 10.7 with Doja, 3-handed, playing for a winner, big jumps. Appreciate everyone being here. Over 100 thumbs ups. That means a lot. We got 1,000 on. We are here with the Casino Daddy, Mr. himself, Matias, in the building. 4th place finisher in this very event last week. Took down the GGMillion spring event. 1,500 buy-in for 1.1 million a few years back. And again, is very competent, knows his way around the table, knows a lot of these players as well. Hopefully we'll have him on again as a future guest. If you ever want to join again, that'd be great. Love that.
I love it. I love it. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, I love it so far. So definitely, yes.
Okay.
I'm very happy that you have me today.
Yeah, it's been I was just saying, I can't believe it's been so long since we had spoken, but you know, that's how it goes. Different parts of the world, kids, streaming, it's a lot, right? It's hard, man. It's like you small victories are getting some quiet time, or watching a football match or something is like it's different. Back in the days, no kids, no wife, you could just kind of roam around, do whatever, whenever. But now it's like, you know, you got to fight for your freedom. So that's why I appreciate the time. Like I appreciate you coming on. I know that it's not taken for granted. I really do appreciate you being here. So thank you. We'll definitely do it again.
Yeah, for sure.
Any more kids? Is that open? Is that a possibility? Or are you kind of like good with 2?
I think I'm kind of good with 2, you know. It's a lot of work already as it is, you know. So, and yeah, but they started playing football and stuff now, so it's a lot of fun, you know, when they grow up, and they grow up so quick. So you gotta be there and like enjoy every minute, right? So
yeah,
I love it still. Like it's nice, you know, like not being out partying and every weekend and stuff, you know. You can just chill and enjoy time with the kids.
For sure. Yeah, I think that's one of the like the riddles, right? Life, it's hard to figure out a bit, because it's like, yeah, you can't do everything. You know, if you want to go, it's like you're saying, you want to go play tournaments live or something, but the schedule and just like it's hard, even for me now, like going away for 3 or 4 days, it's like I don't really want to do it, you know. And then it's like at a certain age you can bring them, but like, do you really bring your family? Certain, you know, maybe like a destination stop and it's okay, but even then, like, you're playing poker all day, so you're not with them. It's like, it's just hard, you know what I mean? It's like and at the age, once they get a little older too, then they have school and like they have their routine. So it's, you know, it's definitely like playing poker professionally, I think, is a very difficult thing to do if you have a family. If you have to travel, right? It's nice if you can go play and you live in a spot where that's possible. But
definitely. I've been traveling once. I think it was to Malta, but that was when I only had one kid, and he was like maybe like 8-9 months or something. So at that time it worked pretty good. But I don't know, like taking family to Vegas, can you do that even? You know, like, is there stuff to do? Like in July, it's gonna be like 40 degrees, I guess, as well. Being there like 2-3 weeks, like I don't know.
It's hard. That's the part about Vegas that's very tough. Let's see if Panakovs comes for a limp. I think he will.
Okay, here we could get some action. But Jack 4 for Mark in the big blind though.
Wow, interesting. I would just think that there's so many like weak 3-bet like spots where he's going to take it, come at him here. I'm surprised, but you know, again, situationally, maybe it makes sense with the ICM and the being tricky when you're like the same stack as the other guy. You don't want to be as cute, and of course you could wake up with a hand, right, and then you cooler and get it in. But interesting there. I'd be curious on those 2 times both players had premiums and they they raised instead of limp, like the super strong hands too, not like 10s or 8s, you know, like kings and queens there. Yeah, saying bringing kids to Vegas is tough, right? It is during that summertime, because like then it's like, okay, well, you have your family there and they can go out or go to a park and stuff. But during the day in Vegas, it is hot. I mean, it's cooking. You don't really like go to the park really during like midday in Vegas most of the time in the summer there. It's just so hot. But yeah, interesting.
Are you there every year, by the way, playing?
I was from like 2008 till or 9, let's call it 2000. I think 9 till 20.
Look at this! Then, look at this, Jeff.
Oh my goodness, Leonard. I say this though, Leonard pulled a couple rabbits with the 7s. He hit the 7. He hit the jack to the kings. And here he is going to need a miracle again. Although, like queen, this is up there in the top coolers of the stream. 3-handed queens, aces, big money at stake, and Leonard is in a very, very bad spot. There's just no way out here. I mean, Radoja in the flat somehow. Like he does go. I was going to say unless it's king high, but even so, I don't think it's going to matter. This is like the one possible scenario, like the king or the ace flop, and he has queens, and he somehow doesn't get in. But even so, like with the king high, you're still not worried, right? Because king queen, like king, so it's like he doesn't have ace king, he doesn't have king queen because you have king queen, so ace king would have just ripped it. So it's kind of like you're not even as worried about the king.
And now there's another king on turn as well, which makes it less possible that they have a king, right? So it's gonna be, and there's also 3.5 million in the pot already.
Yeah, he might just shove. You know, he might just bet big or shove. So he goes for a bet here. I guess likely hands. There could be some diamond draws, like if he's got ace jack or some jack here, he can't fold. And Radoja got the trap fully working here. Thinking about if he wants to raise or just call.
Just call.
This is going to be GG for Leonard.
Most likely, I guess.
It's just he's just going to go for the value, I think. Anyway, like shove, and then I don't think there's a world where he check folds. Yeah, just going to get called. I mean, there's that is a bang cooler.
Hey, and what a cooler, man.
Super cooler. Good game, Leonard. I mean, he's got to be happy. Took third. He got coolered himself a couple times and then got lucky with the runouts. And he's got almost $250,000 for third place. And we're going to see a heads-up match for 85,000, just about 85, just shy of that. And 15 million, 3-1. And I didn't see what Mark said there, but he said something. They said some words there. Couldn't read it. I don't know if you saw it. It is GL as we are Ponikovs versus Radoja for the title. And it is going to be a possible first time with 3-1 chip lead here. And this could just start out right away with the all-in.
Mark is hungry for the title. Since he doesn't have any, right?
He does not. He has he played a lot in season 2. He had 13 final tables, 0 wins in season 2. And this year he's got 2 final tables and no wins. So yeah, he has no wins, but a bunch of final tables. And he has
might get some action here. Queens and king 6.
Yeah. Yeah, another one where Ponikovs could play it a couple different ways. Ace comes out, possibly saving some money, although I don't think, again, one of those things where it's scary, but your opponent unlikely to have the ace in this heads up match. You're gonna probably hear about him most of the time pre-flop. King high sticky, and now Mark thinking, does he want to bet or not? Probably still can suss out some value here.
Alex, get out of the way. And he takes up another pot, 16 million against 3.6 for Alex. And Mark picking up another hand here, ace queen off. King 4 off for Alex. Could see a jam or a raise. Yeah, we do. 1.2 milli. Question is he just calling or is he all in?
It's
Makes
all of it, and Panakov's gonna snap fold here. We're gonna pick a winner here soon for the giveaway, guys. Give you guys another chance, and we're about there. I mean, it's getting.
Yeah, this might be a quick final table or like heads up.
Yeah, definitely could be. Panakov's, of course, can't count them out. Double up, get it going, but Mark Radoja in command right now. Just gonna ship it in.
King 3 off.
Yes, this is. I did say. I mean, look. At some point, it just felt like I didn't say that before either. But I've seen Radoja here so many times. Just kind of felt like it would be his time, and he's played well, and he has got the chip lead right now.
He increased the stack quite a lot here in the heads up so far. Alex is down to 2 million, and this pocket sevens for Mark here. 10-9 suited as well, Alex, which is definitely playable heads up, right?
Yeah, this could just be. I mean, it plays well, but it also just could be the all-in. He's going to raise. This is getting shoved. This is going to play for a title right here. This is going to be in.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah, this is going in. Here we go for a title. Can Radoja win it? 13th time a charm. 7s to 9-10. It's clean. Club for a sweat. 9 balls to take the lead. Not going to be easy. Going to need to hit that Miracle River run out, or else it is a wait. What's that? A 3 across? Wait.
6.
Goodness. I was like, wait. That's like, hold on a sec. Yeah. Okay. So they're still playing now. Still back to where it was. So Radoja, you could just taste, like, you get to the flop, you could taste it. He could absolutely. There he goes. He's pumping himself up. He says, "Not again. I'm taking this one down."
Alex back up to like 5 million now, and but still Mark with the 3-1 lead, right? So. But anything can happen. Another one, and he is up on 10 million.
Yeah, he doubles up. He's basically chip leader, right? It's dead even. So that's 3-1 lead, and heads up is not much, and it does happen fast. So here he goes, 6-7. Got the best hand, but he's bluffing with air, but it happens to be the best. Jassim, AK, congrats. You are the winner. You're going to get a ticket. It's going to be $50 or $100. Depends on the winner. And actually, I think it's just, you know what? It's 100. It's going to be 100 because Radoja's 100 and Panakov's was undrafted. Actually, that's my mistake. So it's $100 going to you ticket. Bang. That's what it is.
Not bad.
That is what it is. $100 is nice. That can happen. And here we go. We got Radoja speeding into trips, and Panakov's may just time bank call and let him bluff, but no, he's going to come out shooting it up.
Quickly mark it out of the way.
Blinds are up the 120-250 level. We are at 5:25 p.m. Eastern. That means we have been live for 2 hours and 40 minutes. So a healthy show today. Again, that's why we say Casino Daddy Matias. We appreciate the time. We're going to play it to the winner. We come this far. It's dark. I see it nighttime over there. Nighttime.
It is. It's 11:30 actually. But all good. We're enjoying this heads up, of course.
Were your kids already asleep before you started?
Yeah, they go to sleep at like 7 p.m. So, and we started like 8 my time, something.
Yep.
So nice. they were sleeping.
That's
but
nice.
I'm actually at the office now, so I'm not at home right now.
Nice.
Better setup here, you know, with the lights and the camera and stuff. So
for sure. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to be at home, but then there's also the chaos, the kids and stuff running around. It's like hard to be fully quiet. You know, it's good to have a place to stream and be at peace. Can kids come on the stream at you and like when you're streaming or no? Because it's gaming related. Can you have them ever or no?
I'm not sure really what the rule says, but they are not that often here at the office, really.
Yeah.
But by the way, what about you? You were in Dubai recently, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I got back yesterday. That was awesome. It was my first time there.
Yeah.
First time.
What happened? Was it anything special or was it?
Yeah, so I was actually there for this event called Karate Combat. Not sure if you've heard of it. It's similar to UFC, and it's for karate. So that was my. I went out there doing some stuff with these guys, and it's very cool. Like they threw it in like the tennis facility there. There's like 5,000 person thing, and it was very impressed with the event. So yeah, it was great. It was my first time in Dubai. What about you?
Sounds like a lot of fun. No, I haven't been I mean, we only went there once when we were going to Thailand, but I was at the airport, so so I haven't.
It's a long flight. It's a long flight from US. 14 hours there, 16 hours back. That is not a joke of a flight.
That's a long flight. How was the flight then? Was it good or?
Yeah, it was very good. It was super smooth and no issue at all. I mean, I slept a lot. Hold on, I think special guest. Get in. Ben, Ben's coming for the good stuff. Look at this. He went. We were heads up, man. This is heads up action. And Radoja, I'm sure you battle with him. He has been to many final tables. Does not have a title yet. He was all in 7s to 9-10 suited to do it, but we're playing bonus poker right now, and he is looking for his first Panakovs for his third title. So you might be here for the end. I don't know, man. It's pressure. It's hard to win, right? It's hard to close out. Like he's right here with the gut shot. Maybe a little check raise. There he goes. Look at that. Feeling it. Radoja, Queen 6 suited. Yeah. This was called, I believe. I actually got the door. I missed it. He called, right? That looks right. The pot size.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or even was it a limp? Jack 9, 250 in the middle. Oh, this is hard. You're right though. One double and he's the leader, right? And then it's all of a sudden a thing. This is definitely not over by any means.
Top pair for Alex here as well.
Yeah. Yep. Jack 9, gut shot. Gut shot, ace 3, still in the lead. Top pair, weak kicker, but heads up, hard to make a pair. He's got top pair, and Radoja, as Jungle Man does, bets his gutters. That's one of the things he taught me many years ago. He would talk about, and he is betting the gutters, and Panakovs is just in pretty good shape, probably better shape than he realizes. Calls and has a winner. 2 million in the middle.
It kills the action, I guess.
Yeah, he is. Ben says it, and here he goes. We're getting close, less than 2-1 lead. This is not over, everyone at home. If you already are sweating, you got bets on this. It is a little bit too close to call still. Radoja, can he close it out? King 10. This is actually a hand he beat me with the bracelet, all in pre-flop. King 10 to ace jack. We had like 14 and 12 blinds. I'll never forget it because I still don't have a bracelet. And Mark Radoja. I hear, speaking of kids, I hear my son just came in. I hear. Can you hear him?
I could hear him, yeah. But I didn't hear what he said.
All right, we're almost there. I brought it on. I was asking about kids on the stream, and there they come. He's looking to come on, but we're not quite there. We got ourselves a match still, and it is 8s with the min raise, 6-7 off. Panakovs got 125 on the chess clock. Could come into play, although he does play pretty deliberate. He might have. I missed it. My son was knocking. Yeah, I think he did. And now, though, 8s, I know he's not folding this. This is going to be surfs up, all in, and a now 2-1 lead is available. But again, not over. It's just not over. I think that I'm nervous for. I want to see Mark. You know, I mean, it's a lot of final tables to come here and not win. So I'm. Oh, actually, we have something at stake here too, right? The dinner. You might get out of it. Wow.
I could get out of it as well, yeah.
Wow, that's true. You could legit. This is a decent sweat
dodge. For you. Yeah, I'm dodging. Maybe. Ben must be jet lagged because isn't it? It's quite a long flight to you. Jeff.
Yeah. Are you jet lagged or no? You've been here for a little travel. You're not jet lagged. No. This guy, what do you mean? He's doing cold plunges, burpees. He's not. I don't know. I think he's in a Terminator mode. I'm pretty sure.
I had it pretty hard.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. This is.
Oh, Alex is.
He's going for it. King Jack. I mean, it's still turns second pair. He is certainly not folding, and now on the river.
Diamonds.
He's not a quitter. He is not a.
Next. 5 of hearts on the river. This might be dirty.
He is going for it, and I think Radoza's gonna call this pretty quick. I don't think this is much to think about, but.
Oh.
I mean, he
might be over here.
Yeah, nice call, nice hand, and this is getting closer. He had him here before. It was in 7s to 9-10 suited. This is a spot where we are going to see if he can close it out. He has got him in a good spot. Let's see if he starts limping these hands on the stacked up, or I don't think he wants to. He's going to, limp the Jack 3, Queen 3.
Now down to 2 million.
Yeah, he's in a bit of hurt, under 10 blinds. He is going to shove. Nice instinct, picks it up. Picks it up, not over till it's over. Got Benjamin Raleigh, Ben CB in the building behind us. We got Matias, Casino Daddy here. We have got ourselves this is going to be a snap. Ace Jack suited a Queen 8 for the title. Can Radoja get his GGMillion title? Queen on the flop, double gutter, a lot of action, and that is drawing dead. We are going to play some more in the 9 on the river. Little insult to injury from Radoja, and he is now playing 85,000 available, first and second. That's what they're playing for, and Panakov's is back in it. Man, it's an emotional game. It really is. It's just not easy. Best hand gets turned drawing dead and makes the straight and doesn't win with the straight heads up, and Panakov's back in it. 6-5. Okay, skip a hand. We are there. Ace 10, King 7. Pretty good hands. Computer hand, Queen 7. You know that, right, Matias? Queen 7 off is the middle hand and heads up. You know that.
Yeah.
Of course.
Sure.
You know your stuff. You've done your work. You're in the mix here as King 7, Ace 10, limp and shoots it up. Pretty big shoot up.
Yeah.
That was a big bet. That was a lot. I mean, he's shot it.
Still, like he's supposed to raise golf.
Yep. Well, we got Jassim AK, who just won the $100 giveaway, saying he loves. Tell Benjamin we love Raise Your Edge. I study there, the best site to learn poker. All right, well, we're gonna see what you do with your your $100 ticket. Benjamin says thank you, and we'll see if you can spin that up on GG. As we got a couple playable hands here on the limp, and this time on the shoot up. 6-8 though suited. I mean, if he makes it 1-7-5 again, we will see. Oh, they're saying hello in Korea over there. We got Korean Raise Your Edge fans. Look at them. They're waving in the booth over there, man. Come on. Ace Jack 6-8 suited. We have got ourselves another top pair, top kicker for Mark. And does he want to, what happened? So it was, he got called. So, okay, he's going to bet. And Panakov's not loving this board. He's got 8 high. The price, I mean, it just
backdoor flush and straight, all right. Probably gonna call. Makes the call.
Does he ever step out here? Okay. I mean, he's tanking. He's using a lot of valuable clock here. Ben is alert to Panakov's. He's ready for a heads-up match with Alex. He says he's not. And can Radoja, does he ever just call, or does he say, okay, I'm top here, draws, let's put it in short?
I think think he's doing it with right? All it's like kind of crap it does like
Yeah.
it's a
If you, these guys, can you guys? I don't know if can you guys hear Ben if he's in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear him specifically, but I'll pass him the mic if we get a big spot here. 35 seconds, running out of time. You're not eliminated if the clock goes out. You're just get 5 seconds to act. Okay, they don't hear what. All right, Hallis is fine with that, but yeah, we can't.
We hear a little bit though, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, they can't really hear from the mic pickup, but yeah, please pop in and say let us know. King 5 2-4. Can he come back? I mean, this is not over yet. Deuce 4, King 5 got a winner here. Queen Jack Jack. Letting that chess clock go down. 34 seconds. Ben, how much does the chess clock affect you if you do get down to 0 or low? How big do you think it makes that big a difference, or not so much? Heads up.
I think heads up it makes actually quite a difference. Mark should make what?
Queen A7. Here we go. This is for a title. This just feels like it could be the one. Radoja, can he close it out? All in again. A7. What a flop. Needs help. Needs paint fast. That is a not great turn. Is it going to continue? It is on the river. Ace high is going to hold. And man, the Casino Daddy family is fading dinners over there. We're talking 2 kids, wife. This is like wild. I mean, I'm on a free roll. I guess I can't lose because Panakovs was undrafted from the bottom of the pack, 8 of 8. Now he's in the mix, 1 double away from taking it. Look at the 8-6 suited. Just rip it, grip it, ship it. Just going for it, man. Panakovs showing us some moxie today. Blinds are up 150-300. We are officially almost 3 hours in. And we'll play to a winner. We might as well finish it out here, Matias. I see it's getting dark over there. Queens, does he have a limp? He's going to raise. I guess he's going to get called. They're how deep? 20 blinds. Yeah, min raise.
Alex had many lives, right?
Yeah. Yeah, this is...
You might just jam it.
That raise.
Ooh, Panakovs, you think here he's going to...
What is he betting?
900? I can't see that one either, actually. Somehow it's like not... What is he betting there? 500?
900. No?
It's 9. Okay. No, 300. 3.
Yeah.
Check raise. Got the 4 in the back doors. And this is Radoja now. Kind of like, what do you got? Queens is a strong hand. I have a heart. And he's going to re-click it. He just feels he's got the best hand. And Panakov's not going to love that.
I love it. I really like the repop because he knows that he never has an ace. He's probably gonna get the odds. No, he can probably bet like. I think on this turn you can jam because it's having like 7, 8, 5, 4, 5 or something.
Check.
So you're going to go ahead and send it in. Let's see. Radoja, no heart, looks safe-ish, kind of connecting, does rip it in, and Panakov's down to 4 million again. I mean, this is not over yet. It's just not over. It's just how it is. It's just going to keep on going. The show must go on. Queen 8, Queen Deuce. Call. Radoja slightly better than the computer hand. Queen 8.
He doubles up and then he goes down again. Can't really...
It's been a bit of a pattern. And both pair. Hello. Woo!
Oh.
We might be seeing it. This might be the one.
I think now I really like to see a raise from Mark just because of the dynamic. They have been raising so much. So now you get to a level where
Mexico.
Alex probably goes here. Please.
Wow. Shaq's.
I mean, this body lucky, but
Is he? I mean, he's just call. Makes sense. Should be GG. Could be GG. Isn't GG. It is. continue it on. We're right about the 3-hour mark, and we are going to see it go on with two pretty abysmal hands here, 4-9 and 6-deuce, as Radoja folds and 6-deuce off. One of the worst hands in the game gets a courtesy walk. You can see their profiles there. Radoja 9.3 million, Panakov's 10.9 million, and GG earnings fanned out on the left and right of the screen. The money is put on the table, and we are going to see what goes down here. Pretty nice hand for Radoja. I don't know. I mean, it just feels, Matias, you feel like you're running your dinner. You're setting it up now. I mean, this is again 17 million. This is getting kind of.
It's not looking good for me.
It just feels like he's gotten out to that 4.5, 5, 6 million a few times, and then he's back, and he does shove the king deuce, which is, if it had limped, he probably got shoved. And now Panikov says, "I'll wait. I can be patient." And this is still 17.6, almost all the chips, not quite all. Ace king suited. Radoja may just fold. He might limp. He does get out of the way there. And Panakovs does not like to see that. That would have been a good opportunity. Queen 8 suited 9-10. This is the one. We will be seeing it. This is going to go in. And I think we have got ourselves, what is it? Queen 8 suited. Or what's he have? 6 blinds? Yeah. I mean, 9-10 suited. Interesting, though. It's like, yeah, he's not folding, but now the curiously.
I actually think he's just going to fold.
Right. Yeah, for that price.
Yeah.
I doesn't have a. Wow. Oh, my goodness. If you want to boost a hand for a potential final hand, this has got all of it. Back doors, we got top pair, or I'm sorry, middle pair, gut shot, middle pair open-ended versus bottom pair flush draw. That's all the money. That's in the middle. This is it. A spade would potentially end it. That's it. 100%. You have got your title. Mark Radoja, golfer clap all around. Golfer clap from Matias, from Alex, even Ben CB approves. There it is. Total win. First time winner. A lot of final tables. Mark Radoja from Canada, hailing the Mexico flag here, though. He is going to be your champion. Rocking the ElkY picture there too. Hard to fade. And Mathias, what do you think? Takeaways. 3 hours on the dot. Star-studded final table. What are your thoughts on today?
A great final table. A lot of action. Exciting. I loved it, Jeff. Amazing stuff.
It was a long final table. We saw really from the get. We saw Chris Brewer go for it, make some big bluffs. Roman made some great calls. We saw some get theirs. We saw all ins. We saw the ace, king, the queens, the Brazilian. Allison there, tough run out. Gets the king on the flop, queen on the turn. And we just got to see kind of everything today. So appreciate it. Again, Casino Daddy on all the social streams, on Twitch, streams on YouTube. These guys have got over 200,000 followers there. They've got big streams. Known you for a long time. Appreciate you coming on, and we'll have to do the podcast again, episode number 53. If you want to get to know Matias more, as well as his brothers, Casino Daddy, we'll have them on in the future. And thank you so much for this. And I will be calling on you again to run back as a guest. So I do appreciate it. Enjoy the time in Sweden. It's, I think, midnight, almost there, and appreciate the time very much. I'll see you in Vegas for the main event, if not before.
Perfect, man. Thanks a lot, everyone, and thanks for watching, chat. Have a good one. See ya.
Cheers, man.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.